All right, I'm back. Sorry. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I don't know if somebody can jump up. My dogs are like freaking out because I had to go potty. Carla, if you could come up for just a minute. Yes, we're playing live hopping. Today's not my day. Nothing is going my way. Nothing. Nothing. I even had my alarm set for 7. So I had time to let the dogs out. I had time to feed them. Oh, you wait until my husband gets home. But if anybody could come up and just entertain long enough so I could let them out. Oh, Carla, you're a lifesaver. Hold on.
I was first in the other live. I was first in this one. Oh my goodness. Well, you're not fired yet. You get like 3 tardies before you get fired. Can you hear me? Can she hear me?
Now I can. I didn't even have my headphones yet. So now I can hear you. Jesus Christ. It's just not my morning. I'm gonna kill him.
You can blame your husband.
I am blaming my husband. I'm so blaming my husband. Because you all know, you guys were on the phone, I believe, when I told my husband, make sure you set the alarm for 7.
I didn't have your, hi Kathy, I didn't have your phone number, so I tried to call Kim Leo's wife on Facebook because I was like, wake her up because I didn't have your number. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to go live today.
Right.
I didn't get up early. Hi, Winky.
Right. Now, I pulled it off, but I got to let the dogs out real quick. Good morning, everybody. I'll say my good mornings when I'll come back.
I will.
All right. I'm going to go run. And then, like I said, I'm just going to run and let them out.
So how are you guys today? Hello. Are you sick? Hey, Boogie. Good morning. So, well, you got to give her, cut her a little slack because this is the first Wednesday that she's gone live. So, she's not used to being up like the crack of dawn like I am. So we have to cut her some slack. She gets 3 tardies before she gets fired. I'm just joking. So how are you guys today? Midweek, the hump day. If you would, please send up prayers for both Ems and her family and Marcia. And we're thinking about you today, both of you. I believe that M's husband is having his operation today, so big prayers for him. Thank you, Samara. Thank you, Winky. Yes, best wishes to Mr. M's, definitely. And I know she's been worried.
I forgot I can take you with me. I don't have my headphones on, so if I echo on you, you can't yell at me. But yes, at least I can.
Don't tell me I can't yell at you.
You can't yell at me if I echo. Don't yell at me. I'm already feeling bad as it is. But yes, definitely. I overheard you saying, say prayers to M's. Come here, woo woo. I definitely, yes. Much prayers. Yeah. Oh, stay, look. Hold on, I'm trying to multitask. Oh my God, this is and it's pouring here. I'm telling you, I give up on Wednesday. I'm doing a do-over.
It rained last night here, but it's cloudy here, but not like horrible.
Oh, it's pouring here. I have geese flying south. Oh, I hear them. The geese are flying south this morning. If that tells you anything, fall's coming.
So how are you guys today? New place.
Yeah. Oh, it's pouring there too, Remy. So good morning, everyone. Yes.
I'm gonna get her phone number after we hang up, And if she's late again, I'm going to call her. I'm gonna yell at
This
her.
is a regular thing, not what happened this morning, is it? Oh, is it echoing?
Sitting in the OR waiting room. I'm going to be here a long time. Ams, I'm thinking about you, baby. I really am. I feel very protective of Ams. I don't know why. Maybe because she's like young enough to be my daughter. It's 5:17 a.m. here, and I've only slept once again for 3 hours. Like, what the heck? Oh, I average about 5 or 6 hours a night. Leo wife, I tried to call you this morning because I didn't have Jenna's number. She was late. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't have her number to wake her up. Oh, you have to wear your mask. That's right. Oh my God. I hate that. I hate wearing those masks. They drive me crazy. Seriously. I hate them so much. So much. I hate them so much. So how are you guys today? This is actually going to be a regular Wednesdays. It's going to be in Jenna's, and I'm going to get her phone number after, and I'm going to make sure she's up in the mornings. Well, because I get up at 5, so by the time I go live at 7:45, I'm wide awake. I've been up for hours. So, when someone's just getting used to it, you got to cut her some slack. So she wasn't that late. 15 minutes is not bad. So someone said to me in my comments the other day, she goes, "You should do a meme of you as Cindy Lou Who." So this is my Cindy Lou Who. Whoever made that comment, I can't remember now, but that's my Cindy Lou Who. I put my face on Cindy Lou Who. So just reading comments, guys. Just reading comments. Maybe they can set you up a coffee IV. Oh yeah, that would. I watched the rerun. I'm not that JoJo man twat. I was sleeping and I'm pissed off of me being accused of being drunk, thinking I was just Mojo Man. I have no idea. I wasn't watching the chat. I was just listening. Winky
Hello,
said, "You're
Leo's
wearing the
wife.
wrong mask." Hey,
Good
Leo's wife.
morning. Good morning.
Good
Oh,
morning. Did I wake you up? Leo's wife, I called you on Facebook.
I didn't hear it. I just now woke up. I was up with all the shenanigans last night.
Were you? I watched the late one of Diane and Wendy's,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm just
watched
like,
Marsha's and then I went to Diane and Wendy's. Yeah,
I'm really, really sad, like
it is
really
very
sad
sad. Mm-hmm.
for her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. I
A
just,
lot of people are really worried about her, and I hope that
I hope
you
she's
know,
okay.
yeah, I hope she's okay. But a lot of people last night were really worried about her, and
I don't know.
hopefully.
She had a live, but I tried to go back and watch Marsha's live, and it was gone. So I
It
don't
was a
even know.
premiere. She was never, yeah, the thing Marsha put up was a premiere.
I
So
don't
it was,
even know what
she
that
went,
is.
well, I think it's where it goes on, like it's a recording pretty much, but you can type and chat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that, you know, I don't know how it's any different than just posting a video. You know what I mean? The only difference is, like I said, you can type in the chat. But yeah, everybody was so worried about her last night. I just hope she's okay. And she
who are
just
you
needs our,
guys talking about, Marsha?
yeah, she
Oh,
just
see.
needs our prayers. That's all we can do is pray for her. And I'm just hoping that, I know last night everybody was saying they weren't mad at her or anything, and that they just want her to concentrate on her health and all that. And so Diane's stream was a nice stream. It wasn't bashing or anything. It wasn't, you know, anything mean towards Marcia. It was just, they're just worried about her, you know, because they're closer to her than we are. You know what I mean? And
Right.
but yeah, so that's all we can do is say prayers for her.
So me and you definitely failed on the Wednesday morning stream there, Leo's
I
wife.
apologize, ma'am.
We're both
Ma'am,
fired.
this is your life. This is your.
No, we're beating my husband is what we're doing. Cause
Did he not get you up?
Well, here's the kicker. So last night I talked to him and I was like, look, I have a stream in the morning and I can't be late. So could you set it up set the alarm for 7? That way I can have time to let the dogs out. I can do what I need to do before I have to go live. He's like, yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay, great. So we go to bed. All of a sudden I open my eyeballs at 8:03. And I'm like, how come I don't hear the alarm? What the heck? Oh my God, I'm 15 minutes late. So I'm laying in bed and I'm scrambling to get to StreamYards. Scrambling. Like, oh my God. So I get to StreamYards and I go live right from my bed. And I'm like, give me 5 seconds, right? I come over and I'm trying to get my computer on, but I walk out my bedroom door and what do I hear? Ding, 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 ding. The freaking phone alarm is in my living room.
Oh no, he left the phone in there. Well, he said it.
You said
You
it.
didn't tell him where to put it.
No, didn't tell him where to put it, but I told it was set.
Listen, we were all in chat there was 30 of us and we were all talking. We were welcoming people. Oh, she'll be here. You know, she's being fashionably late and this and that.
You were like Diane and Wendy.
Yeah, I was. I was making you guys feel the suspense before I go live. That's it.
We were just chatting. And
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, maybe she slept in and I'll try and call her. I don't know. I can't find her on Facebook. Then I found Leah's wife and I'm like, okay, I'll call her because she must have her number.
Oh my God.
I don't want to go live today because I just, you know, I'm like a mess this morning because I knew I wasn't going to be on camera today, you know. So I'm like,
Jason, I'm glad it's not your fault, Jenna. It's not. I swear it's not my fault. So then I get on my stream, right? As you can see, it says take 2 here. I get on my stream. I deafen everybody because I'm trying to switch from my phone to my computer. Then all of a sudden, I push the end live.
Oh no! Happy Monday!
I'm like, happy freaking Monday, everybody! Sorry.
We're all talking in the chat saying, okay, we'll just wait for the notification because she'll come back on. So we're just waiting.
I did make a grand entrance. Pittsburgh girl.
Bless your heart.
This is your premiere. So.
Oh yeah, that's a premiere, all right. My hair is everywhere because I was even going to be on camera today. I had it all planned out in my little head. You know, I was going to be on camera. I was going to get my makeup done first thing this morning. Yeah, my hair is like, and I'm in a bathrobe. Yeah, not coming on camera, guys. Love y'all, but not coming
That's hilarious.
on camera.
Yeah, well, anybody who was up last night with Diane and them, they were on till 2. Yeah,
well,
it was 2.
I woke up this morning and saw that she had gone live later. So I went in to watch and I watched. It was only like an hour long stream or maybe not even an hour. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for Marcia. And, you know, all I can do is like, send
I really think, you know, a lot of people in the chat were saying, you know, since she, you know, her problem with her oxygen, you know, and we don't know what meds she's on. They may have changed her meds. You know, we don't know what's going on. And she may not be telling everybody everything. You know, I mean, there could be 1,000 different reasons, 1,000 things that are going on, you know. But that's why, you know, because Kiki was on panel and
I don't believe it was orchestrated, Dory.
I don't think it. I
No.
don't think it was
No.
orchestrated either.
No.
I think it was they were. I think they were sincerely worried about her.
Yes,
So,
and last night was very, because I mean, Wendy, you could tell she was, I mean, almost in tears, and Starlight too. I mean, they really care about her. I mean, we all do, but they're all closer to her than we are, and
right, we're not behind the scenes or
no, we're not discords with her and all that, and they are,
right.
and
And
so
we're so we have been in discords and stuff. We all have,
right,
us on panel, and you do get close to people very
you do,
quickly.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
do. You do. You build a
Because
bond
you talk about
quickly.
your real life and your
Hmm.
real, Mandolin, I'm crushed after last night. Yeah.
yeah,
Mandolin, I feel for you. We all are. We're all like praying for her and
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah. So
and
Because
that's all we can do. And I just hope people don't go live who
want to
disagree with,
use this as
right,
leverage
because
for
just like
drama.
Diane and Wendy said last night, they didn't do it there, and it really wasn't a bash session. Everybody was truly concerned, and everybody was trying to get their heads together and stuff, and we just, all we can do is pray for her because she's going through a lot, and we all know she is,
Right.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Yeah, see, I missed it.
Definitely.
I was sleeping dreaming about you two. Weird thing. I was gonna talk about that this morning, but now I can't
Morning,
remember the
Shauna.
dream. It
oh, I
woke me
hate
up.
that.
I know
Morning, Kathy.
it woke me up at like 2 o'clock this morning. I remember dreaming. I know I dreamt, and I know it was about you two. And it woke me up, and I got up and I went to the bathroom and I came back, and before I fell back to sleep, I said, "Oh, I got to remember this dream so I can tell everybody on panel this morning." Yeah, not happening. Nope, can't remember.
Hmm.
But I missed everything. But I do hope, I don't know what happened. I'll have to watch later maybe. But I do hope Marsha's okay.
Well,
And I hope everybody
I
prays for
believe
her.
Marcia had a live, and I don't know what the live was about, but I believe it had something to do with that. And the only thing we can do is pray for her because we don't know.
I
We
thought,
don't know the whole thing. So the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna talk about her. I'm just gonna send prayers, and I hope to God that she's okay, and that's all.
yes. But I mean, yeah, that's
Because
all
like
we
you
can
said,
do.
we don't know her as well as some people know her. We're not real life friends. We are YouTube friends. We adore her. But we don't know enough to even make any comments about whatever
Right.
is going on or
Exactly.
the issues.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, did anybody hear about the 39 children saved by federal marshals? I guess
No,
you didn't hear about that, but
no.
Yeah, here in Georgia.
yes,
What
here in
Yep,
happened?
Georgia,
yep,
it was a sex ring, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
yes, yes.
Yes.
The federal agents went and saved them. Yep.
Yep. And
Thank God.
yeah, federal agents came in and saved them. Actually, I got the article from Samara, and she was like, "Oh, this is something we could talk about tomorrow." And I didn't even know what was going on, and my heart broke to read 39 children. 39 children were
So
in
what
sex
were they?
trafficking, and they got
Oh my God.
they were captured, found by the federal marshals, and I think there's even more
Morning, Pittsburgh girl.
that got found after this news conference.
It
I
is a
think
disgrace that the media didn't cover that the way they should have. Yes. Yep. I
Samara, I
never
don't
heard
know if
about
you
it.
want to jump up. 26 rescued, 13 located. In 13
Wow.
locations, I think. I don't remember all of it, but I was
Oh my
heartbroken
God.
to
I
see
hope
it.
they are the people that are responsible are, you know,
Hung by their toenails.
severely punished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
right. It's
Severely,
disgusting.
like severely punished.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And I don't even know the ages. I know that they were definitely under the age of 18. I'm almost positive majority of them were under the age of 18, and they were all. So I'm wondering, like, I don't know. I'm wondering if some of them might end up being missing children. The children that have gone missing, and they'll be able to be reunited with
Morning,
their
Bailey.
family. You never know, because you hear all the time that kids are being kidnapped and stuff for sex trafficking, and then you find this where there's 39 children being held for sex trafficking. You wonder if maybe one of them could be somebody's missing child. I don't know.
Oh my
I
goodness.
hope
Oh, I'm
so.
sure. I mean, I'm sure they, at least some of them have to be. I mean, maybe there are some that are runaways,
Mm-hmm.
they're older teenagers, but I'm sure if they're younger, a lot of them were kidnapped, and that's so
Right.
Wow.
sad.
You know the age range of the children or no?
I see. Hold on. I want to say. Let's see. See what Samara sent me is actually the press conference of it. So let me look up and see if I can see a news article about it
Can you
instead.
play the press conference? No.
It's 30, I can. It's 31 minutes long though. It's
I
not
know. Do you
like
guys,
not a short press conference. It's an actual, it's pretty
does anyone want to
lengthy.
hear it or I would, I mean, I don't know. I would.
If anybody, I mean, like I said, I can play it. It's not like I can't. Absolutely can, but it is 31 minutes long. And, they all, I wish I could get to the part where they get into the details because, the whole 31 minutes, they're not really all into the details. Maybe I can find a quicker,
Good morning, Mr. Blue Sky.
video.
Captain Audio.
Let's
The
see.
world is a scary and sick place. One needs to be cautious at all times, praying for all the children globally. Yes. Because I think this happens all over the world. Like,
Yes, and
U.S.
it's
just
just,
thank
Marshals
God
say
that
they,
some,
it says U.S. Marshals say they found 39 missing children in Georgia during a 2-week operation.
oh, I bet you parents that have missing children are just praying that,
Yeah, the
I
U.S.
mean, not
Marshal
that
found 39 children over 2 weeks in a mission known as Operation Not Forgotten.
I'm so
The,
disgusted,
I
like
know.
disgusted with these people that do
The,
this.
op- the operation led to the rescue of 26 children and the safe location of 13 others. The missing children were considered to be some of the most at risk and challenging recovery cases in the area. Based on indication of high risk factors such as victimization of child sex trafficking, child exploitation, sexual abuse, physical abuse, and medical or mental health conditions. Other children were located at the request of law enforcement to ensure their well being. The release continues. And
And I bet you those police officers are traumatized too, because this has got to be hard for them. If you're
so,
rescuing kids, like that's
yeah,
got to be the worst thing for,
it
you
says
know,
9 criminal associates were also arrested, and
ugh,
investigators cleared 26 arrest warrants.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope those people are shot and pissed on. Sorry.
Yep,
I'm
I
like
agree.
I have no sympathy or empathy for people that do stuff to children. Like I really don't. I just don't.
Yep, I agree. 295 missing children has contributed to the recovery of missing children in the 95% of cases. 66% of recovered missing children were recovered within a week of the USMS helping with the case. Wow,
Exactly,
I'm trying to
Jason.
look for a
Jason
name.
says, remember this article the next time you hear defund the police.
Mm,
Absolutely.
mm-hmm. Let's
Absolutely.
see. I'm trying to see if I can find one with the ages. There's tons of
Just on
articles.
person and shot. I agreed, Austin.
It's disgusting. I can't even believe.
Oh my God. You know, anybody that's got children or grandchildren, like you just are disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, True Helper says, me. I'll gladly be the executioner for anyone involved with any child trafficking or pedo ring.
I agree.
Exactly.
I'm gonna mute and watch this video and see if it's helpful. And if it is, I'll play it because it's only 2 minutes long. So I'm gonna mute so I can listen to it.
Absolutely true.
It's just really, you just wonder where these people's heads are that do this to these children.
They're sick.
I mean, it's all about money, I know, but I just cannot imagine being that disturbed that money overpowers your common sense in your heart and
your moral compass,
your morals, your soul. You know, I mean, I think and then there's parents out there that are selling their kids to these people too. You know,
also they should be, you know. Oh,
and that's even worse, I think. You know,
absolutely.
So sad. So sad.
I hope some of the parents that have, you know, are going to get some peace and
exactly.
I mean, I know it's a horrible thought in your mind to think what your child has been through with this, and they're going to need years and years of therapy and to be, you know, really taken care of. But oh my God, this is just so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking.
Yeah,
jail
really
is like a new home to them. It's like James said, they need to be put down.
Yeah, I mean, if there's beyond a shadow of a doubt that the person's guilty of this, they shouldn't even give them jail time. They should just go ahead and execute them. I mean, why should we pay our tax money for sickos like that? You know, I mean, I just don't get it. I don't, you know, they don't deserve to have 3 hots in a cot, in my opinion.
Exactly. Humans are the most dangerous predators on earth.
Exactly.
Because we have a brain.
And you have a soul, and you have morals, and you know. Well, you should. You should anyway. I don't think a lot of people do, but anything that deals with children, the elderly, and animals, I just can't. I just can't deal with.
Hey, True Helper. Yeah, but so watching this, it's a news thing, and I just find it very interesting because, like they said, with the pandemic that's going on, parents need to make sure they know what their children are doing on social media, because they're trying to say most of these children were taken due to being online and befriending these people, and then they're leaving to go meet them, and then they're kidnapping them. That's what they're doing. So we'll watch this really quick.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me.
It kind of makes sense.
I gotta. Oh, I can't enlarge it yet. I gotta mute.
To a story that has been trending online all day. Dozens of missing children rescued in Georgia during a sweeping sex trafficking bust. This was a 2-week operation that led to a handful of arrests.
Law enforcement agencies here in Houston are all too familiar with human trafficking. It is a problem that they've been targeting for years.
And tonight, police say the Georgia operation is a reminder for parents to be aware of their children's activities, especially online.
Vincent Crivelli is live in Southwest Houston tonight with this very important message. Vincent?
Chris, that's right. Authorities say that parents need to know with the coronavirus pandemic, children are spending more time online and human trafficking is up. 39 children located and safe after an operation led by the U.S. Marshals in Georgia.
First of all, it's great news, but it's also deeply disturbing that this can still happen.
Founder of Justice for Children and former Harris County Chief Prosecutor Randy Burton.
Sex trafficking like that happening in Houston?
Oh, Without a doubt. I mean, as a matter of fact, we're considered one of the largest hubs.
And he's sounding the alarm for parents. He says they need to monitor their children's activity
Crazy.
online to prevent human trafficking.
We've actually had a 19% increase in human trafficking cases of children here at my agency.
Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen says due to the coronavirus pandemic, children are spending more time online, which is a predator's paradise.
If a parent finds something suspicious, what action should they take?
Well, first of all, they should try to document everything, and if it does rise to the level of potential criminality, contact law enforcement.
And he says parents need to vet who their children are spending time with, as well as keep an open line of communication.
They have to be engaged. They have to have that talk with their children.
And Burton went on to say that parents need to remember to be parents, not necessarily friends of their children.
Very
Reporting
true.
live from the Children's Assessment Center, Vincent
And
Crivelli,
this-
KPRC, Channel.
Very,
And this is
very
another
true.
reason why people should not dox people here on YouTube. Because,
Yes.
you know, people have young children at home.
Yep.
A lot of YouTubers, a lot of creators, a lot of subs, and you dox somebody and put out somebody's address, and that creep, whoever's watching, knows or finds out you have children at home and they're watching, you know, they could be playing in the yard and they're watching your house. I mean, that's why, you know, people think, oh, well, it's just the people on YouTube that are just so-and-so that sees it. No, we don't know who sees it.
No, we don't.
And you know, there's a lot of freaks out there that stay behind the scenes and don't type in chat, and we don't know. And it's scary. It's very scary
Okay,
because
Samara, I'll look.
there's so many people who have young children and grandchildren that live with them, and it's just not, I don't know, it's scary.
It is scary because it is true though. Because like everybody watches who's in chat and they think that's as far as it goes. But when you end your live and you don't take it down, everybody's watching, you know, and that's a lot of things that people don't think about is everybody needs to watch. Hey, LaDonna, because, and they could be watching and be like, oh, that person has children. Well, we're low, you know, you don't know.
A
You
lot of
don't
them
know.
have grandchildren too. And they're
Yeah.
gonna
Right.
stay with us and visit us. And God forbid they're on social media, you know.
Yeah. Well, we
It's
have to
scary.
realize how long, you know, as adults, how we've been feeling through this whole virus thing and how disconnected we have felt. Imagine being 13, you know, imagine being a young teenager, how lonely they feel to be so disconnected, because, you know, kids need more interaction with other people than we do, you know?
I can tell you firsthand.
So they are turning to like that they said, to social media for company, for engagement, and video games, and playing, you know, live on, you know, Xbox Live and stuff like that. And there are some total freaks that get on those things just to target these kids.
Absolutely.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning, LaDonna.
Good morning, LaDonna.
Remy was asking about what we should do with our children to protect them. First thing you need to do is you need to forget that you're a friend. You're the parent. You gave birth to them. You have invested your life, your blood, and everything into them to guarantee them, hopefully, a safe future. First of all, you need to pretend you're Big Brother. You watch their phones. You watch their IP. You check where they're going. And first of all, don't allow them to have social media until they're past a certain age of maturity. Because, I'm sorry, but my 14-year-old and my 12-year-old, and mind you, mine are very naive but yet they're very aware. They don't need social media until they're at least 15, 16 years old. Because the things they say will be there forever. Because remember, the internet it remembers everything. Even if you delete it, it's somewhere. So as a parent, just Keep your kids off social media.
And that's the one thing, nowadays, I mean, I was always checking my kids' social media. Nothing was private for my kids. They would yell and scream, that's private, that's private. No, it's not private. Till the age of 18 and you live under my roof, it's not private.
There you go.
And they would have to text me when they, call me when they got somewhere. They would have to call me when they moved from there to get to the next location. Like, I was never my kids' friend, like, of course we had times where we were, but I see that a lot now, where it seems like the kids are the parents and the rule makers more than the parents are. Sorry, that's just my opinion. That's how I've seen many, many parents raise their kids now. And it's like, wait a minute, who's the parent here? Who's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
parent?
That's right, Jenna. When my child tells me, blah, 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 I'll look at them and I'll say, thank you for the advice. But just remember, who's the parent, you or me?
Mm-hmm.
And first, they'll say, you are. And I say, well, please,
Right.
please.
See, Winky whispers, she says, I have tracking on phone on my daughter's first phone, and it was a Disney phone without any internet. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And a
You have
lot of
time.
people are like, oh, we have to give them their space and we have to give them their, privacy and independence. No, not nowadays. Not nowadays. I don't agree with that. I mean, I give it, I give a little in certain situations. I'll let them have their independence and I'll let them, have, their girl talk or whatever. But when it comes to internet and the world out there, no way. Nothing's secret. Not when you live under my roof.
And when they grow up, like my kid, mine are older. My daughter will, be 25. My son will be 20. I'm more of their friend now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still their mom and they still have to respect me, but we have a different relationship now because they are grown and they know right from wrong and they're adults.
I agree.
Now is my friend time with them. But when they were younger, they weren't I wasn't their friend. So it's hard. And I'm so thankful because really the internet, when my daughter was younger, it wasn't I guess it was popular, but she never really, she had like a flip phone. She never had a phone with internet. My son, the same thing. His first phone was a flip phone. It didn't have internet. But they stayed home like after school by themselves. So, they had a phone to call me at work or whatever, but no.
I agree with M's statement. She says, here's my idea. You treat them like a kite. When they get a little older, you let them fly a bit, but you don't let go of the string.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary. It's a scary world.
And that's another thing. Dory says, my youngest child taught me everything I know about the internet. And that's the other thing. That's the other thing, that parents need to get familiar with the internet. They need to know where to look, how to look, what to look for, how to do it. Because these kids are learning this stuff in school. They're learning it from their peers. They're learning it from computer classes. And they know they're pulling the wool over your eyes because you don't know anything about the computer. So they know they can make apps and hide them and make them look like they're innocent apps when they're not innocent apps. So I think that parents need to get informed on how the computer works.
Right.
So,
my son showed my husband and I don't know if it's an app or something where you put it in your phone or I guess your computer too, I don't know, and it deletes all your history. So say the child's going to Pornhub. I'm just going to use that as an example. Okay. They can go to Pornhub, look whatever they want to look at, and then delete it from their history. So even if a parent were to go in there, they wouldn't be able to see it. Or, and that's scary because I'm sure you can Google history deleting apps and it'll pull up all the apps that, that will allow you to do it. And it's just, I don't even remember the name,
And
or I would tell y'all, but.
right, Cassie Rucco. That's the hard part. There isn't. She says, I think video games should be played with friends only online. Don't they have safe sites? They don't, because you can buy that video game, and as long as it's connected to the internet, and you buy them that free pack to be able to, talk on your headset and stuff. That game is, everybody else is playing that game. So if you pick up a Mickey Mouse game and he wants to go live, and I'm sure there's other kids on there, but they can pretend to be adults. You don't know. And as long as they accept that friend request, that's why even on my PlayStation, my son didn't play video games much. Computer much, but he played video games. And I constantly checked his friend requests that he was getting from PlayStation and stuff. It's crazy. They can get to you anyway because they get to pretend, just like they are on here. They can pretend that they're 18, 19 when really they're, 14.
Yeah,
And
or
remember, those people are computer savvy. They know what they're doing, these predators.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
it's up
Gentlemen,
to us
have you
to
heard?
protect our children.
Yeah. Have you heard about Wayfair
No.
on Twitter?
No. What is that?
Okay, a while back, Craigslist shut down its private section where it was known where pedophiles would do their communicating with each other and child
Okay,
trafficking
Samara.
and other ways. So the human trafficking, they have had to go other ways to do these disgusting transactions. So what I'm just saying, guys, as parents, is we need to watch our children. We just need to be very vigilant because they're getting very savvy. They're very nefarious. They're very smart. This is their whole goal in life, is to get access to our children.
They're
So
very evil.
Bottom line, total evil. You could go down rabbit holes with this stuff, but just bottom line is, watch your children. Be protective. I'm not saying put them in a box and totally smother them, but just watch everything. And another way to do it is learn to turn off the router and take their phones away at bedtime. Put cameras on your house. Make it. I know it sounds bad that you gotta make it feel like a prison, but you know what? They have the rest of their life to be adults and be free once they quote leave home. Until then, you are the parent, you're the guardian, and if you have to be a prisoner at times, do it. But the main other thing is open communication with your children. Ask them questions, let them ask you questions, and be honest with them.
Rather be a bad guy to your children than have them go
I am the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy.
I am a total bad guy.
I was the bad guy until they were old enough.
Well, we're old enough. We know better, because kids do. And we were talking about the other day. We think we're invincible when we're kids. Yeah. And we're not.
Mm-hmm.
My kids would say, I'm 16 years old. Geez, Mom. All my other friends are doing it. And I used to tell them, I'm not everybody else's parent. I'm yours. I'm your parent. I'm not their parent. If their parents allow them, I'm sorry for you. Because they would be like, my friends don't have to do that, or my friends don't have, but I'm not their parent. I'm yours. Mm-hmm. And you're my job. And yeah.
I was just going to say something to Bailey. Go to Twitter, put in #WayfairGate, and you can see the evidence for yourself. And when you see it, just be sure to not allow children to see it, and just be prepared for your eyes to pop. That's all I'm going to talk about it, because I don't want to give it, but it is just Wayfair. It is very eye-opening, and just read it for yourself and judge for yourself. But when you see we're talking about research done by people like you and me, who found out about Wayfair, went and did the research, and Just see what they're posting. It's eye-opening and it's kind of stomach-wrenching. So I'm going to put it out about.
Samara said, Operation Home Alone took place in New Jersey. They arrested 16 pedos in 2019. Wow. So they've been doing this for a long time, this Operation Home Alone.
According to Google, we're talking 2012. They're saying 8 million children a year go missing globally.
Think about that. Think about that. 8 million children.
And that's 2012. That's 2012. So let's just say, I heard. Okay, let me put it this way. I heard that 200 to 250,000 children a day go missing globally. Because think about countries where they don't have an FBI to report your child missing in third world countries.
Yeah, Amber Alerts and all that. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, this is daily, not yearly.
You ever wonder about these kids that are found murdered? Are murdered after they're into these sex trafficking places.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of that too. When they're no longer useful, let's say useful to those people.
Right, because what do they do to them? They're not going to let them go, because then they'll tell. They're going to go say, hey, this is what's happened to me. So what do they do with these children when they get older, or whatever the case may be? I mean, do they murder them, or...
And guys, let's think about this. How many times we've seen horror movies and supernatural where we see demon, in the movies? It kind of desensitizes us, so that when these true life victims come up as adults and say, when I was 8 years old, I was this, or I was this, I was abused, I was tortured. We kind of almost gotten desensitized when we hear an actual adult talk about their child abuse to a point. Is only when you see firsthand pictures, you see the bodies, it comes to your stomach and makes your stomach turn.
It's like those girls. Remember those girls in Ohio that were kidnapped by that man, and they were chained down in the basement, and then one of the girls got loose, and you remember that? It wasn't too long ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then the one girl went on Dr. Phil and talked to him about what happened, and they wrote a book.
Was that in Ohio?
Oh,
yeah.
That was
in Ohio.
Prison.
Yeah, that's Cleveland, the Cleveland girls. Michelle Knight and all of that.
Castro?
Right.
His name was Castro or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
He kept
and the
them
one
for
had the baby.
She
The
had
one had the baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have their books. I actually have read their books.
Oh.
Margie Jones, you absolutely can have a link.
39 children. I mean, they saved 39 children. But that's probably a drop in the bucket.
Right, just one. That's just one
Ariel.
house.
Thank you, Remy. Ariel Castro.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, Ariel.
That's just one house in one city. I mean, just imagine like the bigger cities like Atlanta and Chicago and New York, how many houses there are like that.
Kevin said 800,000 children go missing every year in the United States.
Did y'all hear about the pedo ring bust in Australia just, I think, last week?
No.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, this is going to sound really weird. It's going to sound like I'm going down some real rabbit hole. Supposedly, they are right now, because of Corona, there's a lot of pedophile rings being busted globally. And they say this is being done by governments around the world because they're using this excuse of COVID as a chance to go after pedo rings around the world.
That's another good one, Remy.
Wow.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Well,
Margie.
Morning, Margie.
Just saying, do your research. It's eyes open. I'll just say this. Just do your research. Go to places that are not U.S. news. Go to DW News. Go to even search engines that are not Google. Go to, I think it's called DuckDuck. There's a search engine called DuckDuck or something that I was going to check into that's not Google.
Hi, Margie. Welcome on the panel.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted
Morning,
to
Margie.
put my 2 cents in as a parent.
Yeah, definitely, LaDonna. Yeah, I
And
mean,
too, we can be vigilant too if we
and
think
this
Well,
is
I follow
how
up.
we get vigilant is by
Some
other
people may think
parents
I'm
speaking
weird,
out.
but I follow a lot of QAnon. I mean, I'm not talking about me being a QAnon. I just follow up with what they say and what they're talking about. Just following different rabbit holes to see what information's out there. And then I look at it myself to see if it's true or if it's just a bunch of bahooey.
Right.
But right now, they say technically there's a lot of governments going after pedo rings, and Trump is leading the way.
Well, I hope that's true. Actually,
But like I always tell people, do your own research. Don't just believe what you hear or say just because we say it, and don't believe Google. Do other research besides just Google. That's all. Well, you guys have a great day.
39 children that were
Oh
saved.
yes.
True Helper says, say what you want about President Trump, but we have never had another president that has done as much for the missing and abused children than him. Trust, I vetted the fact thoroughly.
Ladies, have y'all ever met Barry Hot? Have y'all met Barry Hot?
No, I haven't.
She's a good friend of mine. So
good morning, Barry Hot.
Welcome her. Please welcome her. She's a good friend of mine.
Welcome.
Morning, Barry.
Well,
Morning,
ladies, I'll
Margie.
be back in the audience and listen to the new show. Thank you for allowing me up here.
Oh, where did she go? Where did LaDonna go?
She'll be in chat.
Oh,
She just said thank you for welcoming her on her panel.
Sorry, my daughter was chatting with me. So thank you, LaDonna. I'm sorry I didn't say bye to you. My daughter was in my ear, so I was muted. But thank you for coming up.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Margie.
Morning, Margie.
I hope everybody's doing good this morning.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Good morning, Chad.
It was a rough start for me, but I'm doing better now.
She's not fired yet.
I'm not fired. I just get some lickings later.
You just got a tardy slip. That's all.
Yeah, tardy slip. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. After 3 of those, it's a detention. Yikes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Her detention is going to be, she has to stay on my panel for 3 or 4 hours.
My husband's more in trouble than I should be when he gets home. I can't believe he left the alarm out in the living room. That is so funny. Yeah.
Man.
That's so fun. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I wanted to add my 2 cents into this little conversation, if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely fine.
We didn't allow our children to even have cell phones, and even the young, they're still, our oldest is 18. Obviously, I'm fixing to be a grandmother in April. But thank you. They were 15 and 16 before they ever got their first cell phones. They weren't allowed to have, it's the Walmart phones, basically. Have to buy the card with the time on it, whatever, to be able to use it. The only thing they could use it for was the Wi-Fi, and that was for games or, things like that at the house. They were not allowed to be on anything that we weren't sitting there watching what they were doing. When we allowed them to get Facebook, they were not allowed to add anybody but family, and it had to be the closest family, their aunts, people that they have had continuous contact with in the family, not just cousins 20 years removed or whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, now they're a little bit older, and which, anybody that's visited my channel knows that my daughter is on my channel. Our daughter is 15. She's very creative. She's very smart, but she's 15. We felt the best way for her to be able to be creative and make fun little videos with her friends was for her to do it where she could constantly be watched. Everything has to be looked at before she can post it. She has to come and ask permission. We have to know what she's doing, and then we have to see it before she can put it up on the channel. We don't allow her to just willy-nilly off and all over the place. It makes it hard for me as an adult trying to hang out with people and be in chats and things, just because I took my videos down. There were only 2. I've only done 3 lives total. I did one yesterday. And when anybody looks at the channel, the first thing they see is her video. So obviously people think I'm my 15-year-old child, and it causes me a little bit of aggravation. But at the same time, we're all parents, or at least most of us are parents, I'm sure, or grandparents, aunts, aunts and uncles, things like that. And our main concern is protecting the kids and making sure, that they're safe and they're doing what they need to be doing. We've had 2 instances where some strange man from Lord only knows where had messaged our daughter, telling her that he was going to find where she was, come to the house, and beat and rape her.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
My daughter's response was to come immediately to myself and her father. Let us see the chat, the message. She didn't know this person. He wasn't anybody that she chatted with or anything like that. Just out of nowhere showed up. The only thing the only way that we figure he could have gotten to her and messaged her was through one of her friends. So immediately I took the phone and I made it very, very clear. This is my child. You are disgusting. This is my child. Bring your ass here and you will regret taking your first breath. Message my baby again. Your ass will be under a jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it went a long while, and the second time he did it, I made sure that she saved and screenshotted, and I repeated myself. I said, if you think that we will not find you, we know your IP address, we will have you found, you will be arrested, and you will be charged. This is a minor, and you have absolutely no business talking to any minors, let alone ours.
Right.
And he has not been seen since, but she knows. And we have a relationship with her that I'm very proud of, because instead of being afraid or concerned that she was going to get in trouble, her first reaction was mom and dad.
Go to mom and dad, right? Because you have that line of communication open. And that's the good thing. You have to keep that line of communication open with your kids, that they don't think that if they come to you and tell you something that they're going to get in trouble. They're going to get grounded. They're going to get screamed at. You have to keep that line of communication open. Yeah, definitely.
Well, when she brought the message and showed us, and I read it, and I was instantly disgusted and horrified, because it was very graphic. It was imagine being a 15-year-old child and not ever having been spoken to like that in your life, and then all of a sudden some weirdo from nowhere, and we had always told her, no matter what it is, always come tell mom and dad. We may not be happy about it, but we're not going to, if it, we're going to be there no matter what. And so, go ahead, Jenna, honey.
No, go ahead. You're good. I was just agreeing with you.
But, a lot of people don't understand why we would let our 15-year-old be on our channel. And that's exactly why. We want to make sure that no matter what she's doing, that she is appropriate, that she is respectful, that everything is monitored. All of her, we have they, face or YouTube rather has allowed comments, but I monitor each and every comment. I check them daily. If I know she's posting a new video, I will go right in behind her and check.
Right. Yep. You see, I always, my thing was I always needed to know their passwords, where I could get into it anytime I was having anytime I wanted. Like video games and computers, I never allowed them in their bedroom with them. It was always in my living room, so I could hear who they were talking to, what they were doing. I know with phones it was a little harder, but like I said, the only thing I could do was make sure that I had their passwords and I could grab their phone at any time and check whatever. And then I got really, I think for me, the other thing I did, I got really well informed on how computers worked and how the phones worked and stuff. And that's why, a lot of people on here, and they can attest to this, they come to me about computer issues or phone issues because Jenna knows and Jenna can fix it. And that was the other step that I made as a parent, was learning these, because I knew my kids were learning this from their friends, from school, and I needed to be 10 steps ahead of them. I needed to be.
Well, the beautiful thing about the way that our Wi-Fi is set up, my husband has found a program, I guess, through the phone company that every device that is logged on to our Wi-Fi is tracked on his computer. Where they go, who they're anything, where they are, anything that he needs to know. If he needs to know in a hurry, he can, click on whichever device it is and find out what's going on right there.
Right. Yep.
And even our 18-year-old, he's about to be a daddy, but that's still my baby. That's my first baby. They'll always be my babies.
Yes, they will. Yep.
Our kids are all our babies until they, until we die. They're all,
no matter what. I just had that talk yesterday with my son. He's 20, and I said, look, you're always going, whether you're 20 or 50, it doesn't matter. You're always going to be my baby. I'm always going to worry about you. I'm always going to want to know things and question things. Doesn't mean you need to, I'm going to ask you everything. You're an adult now, but still, I'm always going to be your mom. That never stops. They expect you at 18 to just stop being a mom. And they don't get that. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't.
I told my oldest that no matter what he's doing, no matter how old he is, no matter...
Thank you, Shauna. But I do. My youngest is 20. My oldest is 25.
Wow, really?
I have a 25-year-old, a 23-year-old, and a 20-year-old. Yep.
And crazy, huh? As long as she looks, as young as she looks, she's got a grandchild.
Yes, I have a 2-year-old grandchild also.
Oh, wow. I would have never guessed. That is awesome.
Yep. I know, it's crazy.
But I told my son, our oldest son, I said, you may not always like what mom and dad have to say. You may not always agree with what mom and dad have to say. But the thing is you're 18. You've got a lot of life left to live. I said, and it doesn't matter if I die, I'm still going to be your mother. And I'm going to probably haunt you if you're doing stupid crap. So, you just need to know that. I'm going to micromanage from the other side. That's how it's going to go.
Yeah. Same.
But, I realize our kids are going to do stuff. They're going to get out with their friends. They're going to say, oh, look, I found so-and-so, and this is so much fun, and we can blah, blah, blah. The kids know that no matter what, even if they're not on our Wi-Fi, we can still find out because their phones are directly connected to the computer.
I used to think it was awful to track your kids, but now, when my kids were young, but now I totally get it. Like I'm thinking, you can't put your kids on a leash. Well,
right. But were you on the internet?
Were you on a leash?
Right. But were you on the internet back then when you used to think like that?
No. But
See,
I used to think
yeah.
that like, overprotective parents and this and that. Well, now I totally get it. Because if I was raising them now in this day and age, I don't know if I would even trust them to go to a sleepover. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
I just don't know. I mean, because we didn't deal with all this stuff back then.
Yep.
So now it's worse because they're they, they can connect to so many people on social media,
Yep.
and it's scary.
My mom never cared. When I was a kid, I could go out, but I had to be in before the street lights came on. Street lights came on, I had to be in the yard. But I could just call her and be like, hey, I'm staying at so and so's house. I'm staying at so and so's house. She'd be like, okay, let me talk to the parents. They talk for like 2 seconds, and I could stay the night. Nowadays, you can't do that. My mom never
No,
locked her doors. Like, it was just different, It was just different.
I have
Nowadays.
never,
Mm-mm.
no,
absolutely. We weren't well, and two, we didn't have social media, so we didn't know a lot of the stuff that could and did and was happening. Now you just have to go on the internet and you know everything.
So let me ask you something. Do you think that social media is a good thing or a bad thing? Because there's
I think
pros
both.
and cons, I
I think
think,
both.
but
I think
yeah.
there's both,
yeah,
but you have to police your children. And it's a
Hmm.
horrible thing to say, but you have to nowadays. I would be policing my children.
Yes.
Um,
absolutely. Because now, back when we were kids, before all the internet, we didn't have these problems. I was born in 75. I can remember the first time I ever heard of a child being taken away from their parents as far as kidnapped or anything was in the late 80s, and it was in Ohio. And which, around here, the neighbors looked after each other. They looked after each other's kids. If one got in trouble one place, they were in trouble all the way back home. It wasn't just wait till I tell your parents. Oh, no, 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 no. It was all the way back. Everybody's parents got you. These days, it's not that way. And it's not really safe anymore, which we've never been, I used to say I'm almost a psycho mom, because if I didn't know where they lived, phone numbers, where they were going, who their parents were, who their parents knew, they
well,
weren't
if this
going.
latest story doesn't wake up a lot of people, and especially, and two, the doxers on YouTube, like, think about it. You might not be hurting the person you want to hurt on here. You might be
Yeah.
hurting a totally innocent child. So stop with the
And these
doxing.
predators, this is their playground. As sad as it is to say that, and as disgusting as it is to say that, this is truly their playground. They're just
Mm-hmm.
waiting for the people that are going to sit there and put out somebody's information, or they're not just on kids' sites. They're watching adults too, because adults make mistakes too. And
And
this
I'm sick of people making
doxing,
it
that is
into a joke. Like
right.
saying,
And
oh, it's so
doxing,
funny to dox people.
they're thinking this is money right now. Thanks, you just made my job, my sick head easier. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be careful, and the doxing is crazy, and it has to stop, especially because we come on here and we're like, look, we have kids, you have to be careful. They're like, light bulb goes off for these creeps. Like, we have to stop. We have to think before we type, and we have to, or before we make a video, think that, it doesn't just stay in this chat. Like, yeah, I have 79 people in this chat right now, and it doesn't just stick with this. If I keep it up, the numbers just keep climbing and climbing and climbing, and then I have no clue who's watching. At least here, I know who's watching, but after I end this live, I have no idea who's watching this.
Mojo, honey, are you okay?
What's going on with our Mojo?
Good morning, Misbehaving. Hi, Shauna.
Mojo, you okay? The only parent other children when I see their personal safety being compromised, like a toddler going into the street. Yeah.
Well, I was the same way. We lived in a trailer park in Georgia, and my house was the go-to for the kids. All the kids came to the house.
Yep.
We had a drug bust too, one lane over from our place, and they had SWAT and everything. And one of the investigators asked the property manager, about all the kids coming to our house. And they were saying, what about them? What are they doing? And the property manager said, stay away from over there. That's the kids' safe place. They're fed there. They're cared for over there. They're kept an eye on over there. They're protected over there. That most of these parents don't let their kids go anywhere but right there to hang out. Leave them alone. They're not hurting anybody. So, sometimes there's teenagers that come now that have been around my boys since they were like 5th, 6th grade that still come to the house. They know it's.
See, and I bet you were like me. I treated all the kids that were in my house like they were my kids. You know what I mean? And I remember kids saying, I wish my mom was like that. I wish my mom would talk to me like that. And I'd be like, well, you have to talk to your parent. I would try to get them to talk to I can't talk to my mom like that. And it's like, so if it was dangerous, I would be like, well, I'm going to call your mom. I didn't keep that secret. It wasn't like they came over and their secret was safe with me. If I knew that this child was doing something that was going to be unsafe, you bet your bottom dollar I was calling their parents to say, hey, FYI, you might want to look into your kid's phone because I was eavesdropping and I heard that they're doing this and that. That doesn't make you, your kids might get mad at you because my kids did. My kids would be like, Mom, it's none of your business. Why are you telling on my friends? Now my friend's mad at me. Well, your friend will get over it because, their safety comes first. And if I think they're doing something and I overhear it, I am going to relay that to the parent because that's my job as a parent. I believed, that was the way I thought, was a good thing.
Well, here's something very,
hey,
very
Blue
funny.
Topaz.
We had a kid when we lived in Georgia, and the kids were at their house. They were at our house. My boys and that child and his brother decided to kind of sneak off a little from where we lived down maybe 7,500 feet. They had horses in the field over there, so they went over to check out the horses without permission. Well, about 30 minutes, we got missing the boys and we thought, oh, well, they're probably over there with the other little boy's dad, whatever. Just a few minutes after I stepped back through our door, my son, my middle son, came into the house saying that the other child had gotten bitten by one of the horses. And I'm thinking, okay, sure, whatever. They're messing with me. In just a couple minutes, here comes the little boy and his brother, and I said, okay, so what's going on? He said, I got bit by the horse. And I was like, no, you didn't. He said, yeah, I did. Really, I did. I said, well, show me where you got, where the horse bit you. So he takes his jacket off, and sure enough, he had a cut on his arm where the horse had literally bitten him. So I tried calling his mother, and, obviously I didn't know she was at a doctor's appointment. We load these children in the car. I asked them very clearly, do you know where your mother's doctor is? Yes, ma'am. Okay, that's where we're going. So we went, picked her up, took him and her on to the emergency room, offered to wait till they got taken care of. And she said no. And she was kind of upset. And I kind of got, I was annoyed, but I was a little, kind of tickled. And I said, I would have thought if that was going to happen to either one of these kids, it would have been my middle kid. Seriously. So he was nicknamed Captain Horsebite after that. Now he's decided he's General Horsebite. That's beside the point. But later, his mother had called and said, you know what? Thank you. Thank you so much for checking him out, making sure, first of all, that he was okay. And secondly, making sure that you got him to me and got us to the hospital. It took 3 stitches, which I told her it probably would have. And I was apologizing. I felt so awful because I hadn't had a better eye on where the kids were. And she said, well, they're boys. And they're going to go, as soon as they catch somebody's back turned, it doesn't matter how close you watch them, they're going to figure out a way to slip by it, But after everything was calmed down and settled down, she said, I really appreciate that you were that quick to take care of my kids and make sure that, I knew what was going on. She said, I really, really appreciate that. So, yeah, any kid that stepped through my door was automatically my kid. I didn't care if they were Spanish, purple.
Yeah. Same. Every kid that came in, I treated them like they were my own. It was my job. I just felt like that was my job. Good morning, Eagle. I'm sorry you're having a rough morning. I hope your day gets better. I'm waiting to see what was waiting for you. Oh no, Eagle. Do I want to know? Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of wanted to chime in a little bit on this conversation.
Oh, absolutely, Margie. I'm glad you came up. I mean, this is definitely a conversation that needs to be talked about, and if we can all give a little insight or, come together to make it, helpful for our children that are, the next generation, we need to. Absolutely. We have to keep them safe. To find out 39 children that have probably been missing, parents having sleepless nights, wondering where their children were, whether they ran away or were kidnapped. Still, it doesn't matter. They're still your kids at the end of the day. And I can only imagine what these parents are hoping for, hoping that one of these children are theirs. And the hard part is now the recovery for these children.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the hardest part, I think.
That's going to be major PTSD.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because their kids are not going to come through the door the same way they left. You know what I mean? They're not going to be the same kids, and that's heartbreaking because these people mold them. You got to think of it as like a domestic violence situation. They mentally get into these kids' heads and make them feel like their parents didn't want them and didn't care. And now they're getting sent back to these parents that they've been told for however long that they didn't care. It's because I'm outside. I'll mute.
But, I just wanted to kind of put that, get in here, from my point of view.
We have to think about, these kids that have been saved today, thank God, or yesterday, or whenever they were saved. But what do these people do with these kids when they get to an age where they're no longer useful to them? That's what scares me about all this.
Well,
what do they do?
90% of the time they keep them they get them drug addicted. To be honest, that's what they do. And it's a sad thing, but it's true. They get them drug addicted because then they can manipulate them when they get old enough. But they're hoping that their years of, molding these kids, that when they get older, they're still going to do what these sick pedos want them to do.
Yeah, and it gets worse as they get older. They don't have any self-worth. They don't have any self-respect. They feel like they have nowhere to go.
Major PTSD. I mean, that is going to stay with them for the rest of their life. Like, They are robbed of their childhood, their innocence. They're robbed of everything. That's why I say that these people that are caught should be, should have severe punishments. Like I don't think that they can be rehabilitated back into our society, nor should they be. Good morning,
Yeah, I
Melinda.
definitely think that what they get for punishment is not nearly what they should get. Sorry, I just don't. They'll go in for what, 12, 18 years, and then they'll get released for good behavior and overpopulation, and then they're going to go back on the streets and do exactly what they did before. And I don't think they should ever see the light of day, in my opinion.
No, not at all. They should be punished to the fullest extent of the law, which means do not release them into our society and put our children at further risk, because I don't believe there is any hope for these people. And that's just my opinion. But if you harm a child, I don't know. That's it for me. I have my empathy stops right there. I have no empathy for you. I have no, even if it was someone in my own family, I would
I
say
agree,
that's too bad. You
Taka.
made your own bed, sleep in it.
Yep. I don't think they should. I don't think they should. I think they should be tried like they murdered that child. Even though they didn't, I think that they should get life. I think it should be an automatic.
I think in a way they did. They took away
They
their
did.
innocence, which is kind of like murdering them, because you took away their complete childhood.
I totally agree.
So
I totally agree.
You murdered them.
That's 100% true. They've taken something from them that is
They can never get back.
Never.
And they can never get it back. You cannot say, oh, well, they got rescued, so they're going to be okay. No, these children are going to be scarred for life.
Yeah.
And, I don't think anyone ever really knows unless they have, seen the kind of things that some of these kids have probably been through. They've been raped, they've been beaten, they've been drugged, they've been tortured. I wouldn't even, oh my God, the thought of it just guts me. I just can't. But
I know, it's gut wrenching. It is. Even to think about, like, I think about what, how I would feel if it was one of my children or my grandchildren. I'm telling you, keep me away from that courtroom because I don't know if I could, I don't know.
It would not
I agree, Samara. They use the children they have kidnapped and use them to lure younger children before they are disposed of. They absolutely use the children that they've already kidnapped to be like that person that goes up to the other kid they want and befriend them and say, hey, this is my stepdad, or whatever lie they want to use to make these children, and that's the other thing. A lot of people are looking out for adults, thinking, be careful of the adults, but they teach these kids how to do their job. It's crazy. It seems to me like you can't just watch out for adults. You have to watch out for everybody. Yeah. Everybody. You have to know, because they could look like an innocent 14-year-old girl. Oh, this is an innocent 14-year-old girl. She's nice. She's cute. And she's doing what she's told without saying anything, because if she tells anybody, she's going to get beat or whatever. But she's the one that had the other kid get kidnapped. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
But, like I said, I thank you very much for letting me come on and put my 2 cents worth into this conversation for what it's worth.
Oh, definitely, Margie. You can come up anytime. Anytime.
But good morning, everybody that I haven't said good morning to.
I hope everybody's opinions on here. That's one thing that Jenna's good for. Very good.
Jenna's wonderful. She is. I really think the world of her. And I enjoy your channel too, Carla. I've been on your channel a couple times.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Yeah, we definitely try to have everybody has an opinion, Everybody's allowed to have one.
And I don't care, there's no sides on our channel. We have open chats, unless you're being a blatant asshole and rude to my people, then you have a right to your opinion. And we have oh, thank you, Melinda. Because we are not going to agree on everything. Everybody's not going to agree on everything, but that's a good thing. That's how I learned things. To be honest with you, I've learned so much since I started going live because there's a lot of things that, a lot of people that have educated me on subject, and we talk about everything. So I appreciate
Yeah.
that. I appreciate you. So
Well, thank you. Like I said on my channel yesterday, a lot of people didn't understand what we were doing and why we would let our 15-year-old child be, doing videos and things and have my name on the channel.
You should be able to put that video on private, Margie. It doesn't. What you do is you go back into that channel and you switch it from public to private, and nobody will see it on your channel.
We had done that, but my husband said that, being that we monitor and check the channel regularly, that it wasn't really fair to her because she wasn't doing anything but singing songs or doing silly little makeup things. She wasn't doing anything wrong, and it was like punishing her for trying to just be, creative.
punishing her for the actions of others.
Yeah.
Had she like TikTok or any of those? Like, I noticed that there's a lot of kids on this TikTok and.
No, she liked the Musically because she could sing, with the artist. She did like Musically for a little bit because she does love to sing. She reads, she's a very easygoing kind of kid for the most part.
She's very pretty too. I just went to your channel and checked her out. So very cute kid. When they shut down the Musically or whatever they did with that, she was a little sad about that. And we don't like the TikTok because there's so much that can go on TikTok, and people don't necessarily. Now Lisa Duncan, she has her channel.
I love Lisa the monkey girl. Yes. And Sammy Dean. Yes, I love Lisa.
Lisa is an awesome. She's such a doll, and I love that she worries about the profiles and checks to make sure that there aren't any children on there, because even though she's not doing anything vulgar or anything like that, she's concerned because some of the pedophiles and some of the sick old weirdo human beings, are using monkey pictures and kitten pictures and these kind of things to get the kids' attention.
Really?
So
yes,
yeah,
they'll do anything. Now, Margie, are you going to start a channel? Would you like it if we shared your link, or are you undecided?
Well, I'm going to leave the channel as it is for the most part. I'm going to have my daughter probably when she comes back home from my sister's on Friday. I may have her go ahead and help me set up a channel, separate from her, so that everybody can have the option, just be on my channel.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I think that's your best bet, is to start your own channel. That way, because like your husband says, it's not fair to her, but you don't want to bring, I think it would be best if you probably did your own channel and then she could still have hers.
Well, the thing of it, the thing that got me, I had done 2 other lives. One I did to let everybody know that I was an adult, that I was not a child. I don't like to be on camera. I don't want to be have everybody looking at me because it makes me feel weird.
Mr. J. Go ahead.
And, that sounds crazy probably, but, it's me, whatever. And so I did a live. My first live was to let everyone know, hey, look, I'm an adult. I'm grown. Y'all, please don't block me. I'm not a kid, I promise. And then I did one where I showed everybody the ducks and the kittens and the chickens and all, the animals or whatever, with my daughter kind of peeking in the background because, that's fun for her. She wants to see what's going on. But I had to private those because there were some nasty comments, and, that's mommy's baby, daddy's girl, but mommy's baby. And I did not want her looking at those comments because they were public, and I did not want her looking at that and being upset and hurt that somebody would say such ugly things to her mommy. So I went ahead and hid those, and it just managed to cause me some extra aggravation. But like I said, Friday she'll be home.
If you end up starting your channel, please let me know. I'll make sure that we share your link so you can get subs and stuff like that. So definitely let me know when you start it, and I'll make sure my mods and myself give a shout out to your channel.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate the thought and the help both. That's very, very sweet.
Yes, definitely. That's what we do around here. We all have to help each other. Yeah, you know.
If I ever learn how to do links, I will be absolutely positively
and I will
happy.
share your link also on my channel, because we do that. That's what we do. We promote each other.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
I think the only way you can share a link, hun, is if you are a moderator on the channel. So just ask the moderators to share your link if you're ever in my channel, and they will.
What do you use, Margie? What do you use? Computer or phone?
I have a Chromebook.
Oh.
So, yeah, I had a phone, and my oldest had it at the carnival and decided it needed to go for a ride on something called a tidal wave, and it was just devastated.
Right. No, I was just wondering if you were just trying to share links for learning how to share links from your channel, or were you talking about being able to share links? Because most creators, like Carla was just saying, is that only mods are allowed to share links. A lot of creators do that, but I didn't know
you don't want links that you shouldn't be shared in your chat. That's why. And if you have moderators, they're not going to share bad links, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, which I have mods on when I'm on there on my channel, or if I go live, because legitimately I am not what you could consider a creator. I don't want to be on lives. I don't get out and run around and go do videos. I just don't. I have other responsibilities, but my mods are awesome. I love them. And I'm a mod in some other channels, so I kind of do need to learn how to do that.
So usually what you have to do is, if you have a taskbar up on top, you should see the link of the channel. Like they're right up there, HTTPS, whatever, and you hold that down and you copy and paste it, or you go to their channel, and on the right side you'll see 3 dots. And you click on those 3 dots and it will say copy, and you'll copy it that way, and then you go to the chat and you hold it down and paste it. It's either one. Okay. I just don't know which one what one you have. So.
Okay, I'll have to try that, because I'm not sure with this Chromebook either. And it's funny. My kids are way smarter on the computer than I am.
Right. Yeah, most kids are.
And so, yeah, I might be able to get
We were talking about that too. Like, the kids are so savvy these days. They know more about, all the sneaky stuff that you can do on the computer than we do, and especially me, because I pretty much know how to turn my computer on and off. I was even having problems texting someone yesterday, if you can believe that.
Well, our middle, I've been there. Our middle son is functionally autistic, so his whole thing was copy pots and small, we're doing things with like vacuum cleaners and weed eaters and lawn mowers and just different things like that, tinkering and fixing them. And it's amazing to watch him. It really is, because he can take just about anything apart if it's broken and put it back together and have it work as close to new as you can get it.
That's talent.
And they assessed him and things, and he said, well, what makes you think this child is is autistic? And I looked at him, I said, the child has 8 copy pots. I said, no, wait, let me back that up. I said, he has 6. He gave 2, 1 to each one of his aunts because theirs had broken. So now he has 6 copy pots. Wow. He said, wait, what? He said, oh my God, please tell me you are not letting this child drink that much coffee. No, the child does not drink coffee. He just likes the coffee pots.
Right. Oh, you chat side chats. You guys are all naughty today. Look at True Helpers. He's instigating it all, but here's Shauna going, oh yeah, right, True Helper. You ran all right back into Mr. D's love chamber.
Yeah, True Helper cheated on me, so I'm like not speaking to him right now. So.
Oh, you're getting a decaf, True Helper. You're getting a decaf and a stale donut. That's what you get, True Helper.
That's what you get when you cheat.
And a broken stapler.
And a broken stapler.
And a broken stapler. Exactly.
Yep, and a broken stapler. Shame on you, True.
He's hanging. He better be hanging his head low.
Dang it, Shauna, you can't keep the secret for crap. Dang it, girl.
We might have to get him a muzzle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we might have to do that. Except that, everybody likes to hear him, so.
Yeah, we can't muzzle him.
You know that
we can definitely not muzzle him.
When people hear him talk, they get pregnant, so.
I noticed that.
There's going to be a lot of population explosion pretty soon.
True Helpers running around. A whole bunch of them.
Every time I hear True Helpers speak, he reminds me of Batman.
Oh my God! I was trying to figure out what his voice reminded me of. Thank you.
I think you're right.
Every time I hear him talk, I'm like, I've heard that voice before. Where have I heard it? And I couldn't think of where. And now you just.
Yeah. True Helper's gonna have to come up and go. I am Batman.
Thank you. Thank you.
You gave me decaf, Carla. That's all I have here. Sorry.
That was exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day.
All I have is decaf and stale donuts. So, especially for people that cheat on me. So,
He's gonna have to come up, Margie. He's gonna have to come up, Margie, and be like, I am Batman.
Hey, Top Cop. Yeah, you have to come up here and say, this is Batman.
Because I was sitting here listening to him talk about whatever it was he was talking about because I wasn't thinking about what he was saying. I was just hearing the movie play in my head. I am Batman. And I'm thinking, he's got to. Somebody tell him to say that because I swear it would be exactly.
You're right, O'Clancy. Wasn't Batman a true helper? He was.
Morning, O'Clancy.
I'll shoot through the muzzle, sorry. Yeah, we can't muzzle you. We might put like locks and stuff on your fingertips. Yeah.
We like listening to him.
Yeah, we can't muzzle you.
Like I would like him to be like the narrative on a audio book. And then I would just play it and go to sleep every night listening to him.
Well, if everybody that hears his voice ends up pregnant, would that not cause a spontaneous combustion and burn the house down?
It might.
If you got him reading like something like 50 Shades of Grey, I'm thinking the entire house is gone.
Do you know how many women have said he needs to do an audiobook of 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah, I can't even tell you how many people said he needs to do an audiobook of that.
Smoothing his way out of trouble with that voice, exactly. Yeah, nobody could stay mad at him. He just has to say hello, and that's it. You melt. So. But thank you for saying he sounds like Batman, because I could not think of it for the life of me. Every time I heard him talk, I'm like, I've heard that voice before. Where have I heard it? And that's it. It's Batman.
Yeah, it reminds me of George Clooney's Batman. I don't know.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, George. Yeah. Yeah, when George Clooney was Batman. Yeah. What's that other guy's name? I forgot his name. He played Batman. That's the one I was thinking of. He sounded like
Val Kilmer.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Liam Neeson, whatever.
Oh, Liam Neeson. Yeah,
that's who I was thinking of.
I don't know, but his voice is damn sexy. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy voice. That would be the immaculate conception of many
true helpers. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody would just be so melted. There wouldn't even be a problem anymore. There wouldn't be any arguments at home.
He could just come up here and read the telephone book, and nobody would leave the chat. We'd have like 300 people in this chat just listening to him read the phone book.
I agree.
To their seats.
If they're
Melted in
scarce, you
puddles.
have to have them up here and to read the phone book, and people will be just, oh yeah, that's interesting. Actually, no, that
He
would be
could,
doxing.
yeah,
That would be doxing everybody.
he
Everybody in
could
here.
read the
They got
instructions on a cake box and still keep an audience.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dear
Smokey
God.
P.
Hey, Smokey.
Good morning, Smokey. I'm going to step down, girls. Thank you so very much. It's been
Thank
fun.
you. It has been
See you
fun.
in my stream. I'm going to go live tomorrow. So.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. She'll be live for her coffee morning.
Yeah, this is a new home Wednesdays for the breakfast live. So hope you all guys come here every Wednesday at 7.
That's tentative. Tentative.
Maybe we should shoot for 8:30.
Oh my God, too funny. If my husband could keep the alarm clock in the bedroom, it will be 7:45.
You're gonna have to tell him when he gets home, like, honey.
He's gonna text me at 10:30. Yeah.
When I say set the alarm, it doesn't mean put the alarm clock in the living room.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's so funny. I come out and all of a sudden I'm like, what is that noise? It's going dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. I'm like, oh my God, that's the alarm clock. No wonder why I didn't hear it. Oh,
and I was
no.
saying to her yesterday, are you sure you're going to be able to get up? Oh yeah, I set my alarm clock, got it, my thing going on. Like, okay.
Till my husband moved it. We were
having a nice chat in the side chat. We were all talking, welcoming people. And I said she was fashionably late.
I'm so glad I was only 15 minutes late. I mean, it would have been way bad if I woke up at like 9, then I would have really felt bad.
Well, and I said to myself, if she doesn't come here like in an hour, I'm going to have to go live. And I really don't want to today because this is her day. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. Please wake up. Please wake up. Please wake up.
I woke up.
Yes, you did. No, 15 minutes is not bad because, and if this is going to be your day, you could go on like whatever time you want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I just thought for the first couple of weeks, I asked her to go on at the same time I go on because people are used to me going on at 7:45.
I like going on at 7:45 because now I can end my stream and it's still early enough. If I hit like a 2-hour mark, unless we're talking about something really good, then you can end up going on for 8 hours or,
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. But
no.
A lot of times people will come up on the stream and we'll start talking about something and we're having so much fun that you don't even see that. But still, I'm always done before noon. Well, most of the time. I did 1 8-hour live and that was, that was.
I don't know how you did it.
But I don't either because my butt was so sore by the end of that stream. But I'm usually always end before noon. So I could do what I want in the afternoon. But what I like about this, about having her come on Wednesdays is I don't even have to come up on panel. I can just, be in the chat and do what I need to do, like my laundry or whatever. And it gives me that midweek break, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. That way you get, I know today was like the first time, so it's like you've been on the live the whole time, but we know that it's for Carla to be able to go, she'll be in chat and whatever, but she can get her stuff done. And hopefully I'll be punctual and we'll be all right,
And like I said, when people are used to coming here on Wednesdays, you can go live whatever time you want. It's not like I just thought for the first time and first
of course,
to go live at 7:45 because people are used to me going live at that time. But that's totally going to be your day. You do what you want. It's your channel. I'm not going to tell you how to run your channel.
Definitely.
Just for the first time, it would be, because people are used to, they're getting ready for work. They're on their way to work. They're listening. And
it's like we're the morning show, like, how people used to listen to the radio. and there would be a morning show on. Now it's YouTube morning shows, you know, and Carla is the morning show. Welcome back, Pookie.
And
So
I
I
have
wrote my
someone that
husband.
actually goes to work, and he puts my morning lives on, and the people in his shop all listen to it. And usually it's like not serious. It's just us goofing off and playing around. I mean, today was a serious subject, but usually it's just fun and chit chat, and we usually allow the chat to decide what we talk about. So,
Samara, you were reading Samara's mind. Samara said, Jenna Moon, we should let people in chat pick the topic for next week. I think so.
That's a good idea.
I mean, if you guys have some ideas, I mean, obviously I leave this live up. You guys can always put the ideas in the comment section too. You know, you don't have to wait till the following Wednesday. If you put them in the comment section, then I'll know, like, I can remind you guys, hey, somebody mentioned in this comment section they wanted to talk about this or that. Yeah, we could do it that way.
And Jenna's really good about letting people on her panel too. So
yeah,
like, we have open panel policy. Like if people want to come up and talk about whatever, Jenna always welcomes them. I always welcome them. I've popped more than my share of a few panel cherries.
Yes.
And, I'm sure Jenna will be the same. So, you know, because
definitely.
You know, I know how she runs her channel. So
right. So I wrote my husband, and I wrote, thanks for leaving the alarm clock in the living room. It so woke me up. I was like, it so woke me up with laughing faces. He's probably gonna read it when he goes on break in like a half hour, because he usually texts me at 10:30. He's gonna be like, oh crap, because I said I can't be late. I can't be late. I said make sure you said. I said I want it for 7. That way I can get up, I can feed the dogs, I can do my morning thing, and then I could be ready.
I would have loved to be a fly on your wall when you woke up. This morning,
oh my God. Hilarious.
Oh my God, I'm 15 minutes late.
It was bad.
I was on at 7:45. But you know, it was no big deal because we were all chatting. There was 30
so
people
bad.
in your chat before you even came live. We were all chatting.
It was so bad.
Okay,
I opened my eyes and I looked. And I saw that it was, you know, the light was up. And I'm like, oh, fuck, what time is it? And I reach over for my phone, and I'm like, why didn't the alarm go up? And I look, and it said 8:04 or something. I was like, crap, I'm going for StreamYards, and I'm logging in, and I'm like, sorry, I'm here. My dogs are looking at me like, Ma, what are you doing? Usually you're nice and calm in the morning. No, it was crazy. Trying to shut off the fan so if I talked to you guys, it wasn't so loud. It was bad.
It's pretty good when you're not even live and you have 30 people in your chat.
Right. Chatting away. I love you all for it. I love you all for it.
Still been there talking.
Yes.
True helper, be a trooper and a pal and come up here, please, for all of the world and say, I am Batman.
Oh,
please.
no.
Pretty
Please.
Just once.
Pretty please.
Pretty please. With a cherry on top.
I'll mute while you say it.
That's too funny. Oh, it was bad, Top Cop. It was bad. Like, oh my God, it was so funny. But I appreciate all of you guys for being in my side chat, having all you guys in there patiently waiting for me. I totally appreciate it. I really, really do. And I thank you guys. And I will definitely be on time next.
Thank your moderators for welcoming people.
Yes,
absolutely.
Well, obviously, yeah. I don't know what I would do without my moderators. Honestly, I know everybody sits there and says we have the best moderators. You know, of course you do, because everybody has that. But I love all my moderators, and I wouldn't be able to do this channel without them either. You know, it's a job, and you know, just because I've been a moderator this isn't, when you become a moderator, it's a job. It really is. When that person goes live, you try to be in there and you try to, post links and you're saying it is a job, and they do it because they care about the channel. They don't get anything.
You want to make sure that people that aren't coming in here trolling and being nasty to your people that come in here regularly, because bottom line, that's your channel. The people that come in here and support you every day. So you don't want someone coming in here and attacking your members. So your moderators are very important to your channel. They're your lifeblood, really.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
I totally agree. And, and they do it because they love the channel that they're modding for, and it's
and that we love you.
And that we love them, and like I said, I love my mods and I wouldn't trade them for the world, and nobody can have them but me. Oh, wait, we share mods, Carla. We share mods. Okay, you can have some of them, I guess. Hey, Bailey.
Okay, I'm going to jump back down into chat. Thank you, ladies, very much.
Thank you. Have a good day, Margie.
You too.
You got to protect your channel hanging, Mr. Day. You can't just willy-nilly. I know some people, and that's fine. It's their channel. They're going to run it how they want. I know that there's some creators that allow everybody to be mods. Everybody that works in their chat becomes a mod. I get that. But I think there's a higher risk with that. I really do. Because when you're a mod, you can do anything you want, really, to their channel. Like, not just in chat, but you can go to their their past lives and go into their comment section and delete chats, and you can hide
block
people. Yeah, block people.
I had a rogue mod that went in my past lives and deleted everybody or hid everybody but the moderators.
Yeah.
And so you have to really be careful who you mod on your channel. Make sure you trust them, make sure you love them, you treat them right, and they will do your channel justice.
Absolutely,
because your mods are a reflection of who you are.
They are a reflection. You hope that they are a reflection. Pookie, Jenna, you are so right about the mod thing. I guess that's why some people get upset when someone loses their wrench for no reason. I think the wrench thing does become a sore subject for some people. Yeah, it definitely does, and it's hard. And you just try to make the best decision for your channel, and sometimes people don't understand why you choose it. I don't know. It is tough.
Sometimes
it's tough.
Reasons, like when I had everybody, like I was modding everybody, and so I took everybody's wrench away, and I only gave a few people that I knew very well wrenches, because I was afraid of the same thing happening. And it happens. It just happens.
It just does.
But sometimes you have to go privately and tell them why, and why, if you take a wrench, you go privately and tell them, because I believe things should be handled privately if you have an issue like that, not publicly.
I totally agree.
Because I think more can be solved when you handle things privately than when you
And because when you don't handle them privately and you handle them publicly, then that means everything that might be able to get fixed, where it could get resolved or fixed if you kept it privately. But when you bring it publicly, you have everybody's opinion. And we all know everybody has an opinion. And it's okay, but I think there's a lot of things that happen on here that, personally, my opinion, could be held be done privately instead of publicly. And a lot of things happen publicly that I think that there was no need to
a
it.
shit show. That's
Mm-hmm.
the thing. For the shit show thing doesn't solve anything. A lot of
Yep.
things could be solved publicly or privately, but see, and here's my problem with that. I am really leery of going privately because what happened to me with people that I don't really know that well, because I'm scared that things will be taken out of context. My phone calls will be, which they were, recorded or private messages shown, and that I don't agree with. So if I go private with someone, it's going to stay private between me and that person. You are so right, Carlo. We know many who like to bring it public so more drama and chaos can be created. It's on purpose and done with malice. Exactly.
Absolutely. Yep. There is.
Yeah. And things don't need to be, because a lot of times, like I'll say 90% of the time, things can be solved privately that won't be solved ever publicly, because sometimes people just want to go off and scream and yell, because honestly, drama and that kind of stuff will get you views. But is it the kind of views you want?
Some people it is. Some people it is. Some people are here for the drama, and that's how they want to run their channel, and all props to them for that. I don't know how they can do it. I know watching it is exhausting and frustrating, and I don't know. I mean, hats off to them for the ones that are drama channels. I don't know how you do it day in and day out.
There's a difference between drama and just a shit show. A shit show too will get you a lot of views.
Yeah.
But is okay, for me, I'm bipolar. Okay. That kind of stuff for me is very unhealthy.
Good morning, Charlie Girl says.
Do I address things occasionally? Yeah, I do. Sometimes I feel the need to, and maybe sometimes I shouldn't, and a lot of times I shouldn't, and my friends are the ones, and a lot of them are my moderators are the ones that say, no, Carla, you shouldn't do this, or you know, that's not the time to address such and such a subject. And for that, I appreciate them.
Because when you do stuff out of anger, you regret it when you calm down. So your best bet is to, when you're first angry, calm down and then address it. But you're addressing it in a different tone.
Plus, when you're angry, you'll spit something out that you don't mean to spit out, and then afterwards, once it's out there, it's the internet. It's forever, so you can't unring a bell. You know what I mean? And I've been guilty of doing that. So
absolutely. I mean, to be honest with you, most if you look on my channel, the ones with the most views are the ones where I'm, you know, either doing common ground about drama or I'm addressing drama. Those are my most views. You know, and it just shows as a creator. You know, it just shows as a creator. Like, for me, I see how the community is sick of the drama. I see it. I hear it all the time, how everybody's sick of the drama and we just want it to end. But if you actually look at the numbers and you look at the views of the drama, does everybody really want it to end? I don't know, you know, because the people, when they're not doing drama, the views aren't there. But when they're doing dramas,
the people that come in my chat in the morning just want a place where it's just chit chat. I don't believe that they want to come in there for a shit show. I really don't. Because it's a chat where you can talk about everything. Everybody's welcome.
Yep.
Unless they're being like an idiot. They're welcome.
I don't care where they go. And you share a lot of the same subs too. So I've noticed that me and you, out of everybody, out of all the community, me and you, I think, share the most subs because we're both on that same page. We don't want drama. So the subs that we have, and I'm not speaking for you guys, I know you guys don't want the drama. The people that are in Carla's every day or in mine, I know you guys are fed up with it. So hands down,
not that that people that come in our chat don't watch drama, because a lot of people watch it,
Yeah.
But they come in my chat a lot, and I believe this, that they just want a place where for a little bit of time they can just laugh and carry on and just joke around and not worry about what's going on. And they can go back and watch the shit show or whatever
Right.
they want. I'm not
Because it's
judging anybody
tiring.
for
No,
that.
me either. In this
I
conversation.
watch a shit show just like anybody else every once in a while.
Absolutely.
But in my chat,
Absolutely.
I don't want it.
Hmm. And I
I want it.
don't mean for it to be like a judging thing. Like
No.
I watch the same, but I'm to the point in where I'm standing. My point, I haven't watched them. Like I just
And
can't
I've
anymore.
left.
It's too hard on my heart. It's too hard.
If I go into somewhere where I think people are being hurt, I can't watch it. I just can't. Not
No,
anymore. If
no.
it's just a normal, like throwing tomatoes or, okay, I'll watch it. But I usually don't stay. To be honest with you, I have a group of core women that I talk to behind the scenes that are amazing. And we talk about everything but YouTube, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. And a
Yeah.
lot of us, when we're talking, we're not even talking about YouTube. We're talking about our families, our dogs, everything else but YouTube. And it
Yeah.
keeps us away from,
It does keep us
what's going on.
away. It does. It does. It does keep us away, and I enjoy that because,
Oh,
I don't.
misbehaving.
Hey,
I appreciate that.
misbehaving.
Well, now you're here because of Jenna's too, because Jenna has an amazing channel. So, and if we throw tomatoes, it's going to be done, over with, and moved on from.
Yes.
And I've
Because
even told my mods, if I address something and I say that's it, that I'm not addressing it again, if people bring it into my chat, I just want to politely say I'm not going to discuss it. It's done. It's over with. I said what I needed to say, and I'm moving on. And that's all.
I agree with Samara's comment. Our world is falling apart. YouTube should be an escape or an education, not filthy gossip. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I totally agree with that. And like I told everybody that is my sub too, is there going to be times that I might address it? I might, but I'm not going to do it to hurt somebody. I'm going to try my hardest to find my words, word them. I'm not going to put people down. I'm not going to make fun of their looks or with their voice or what they have for I'm going to address this right. I'm going to address the situation. I'm not that type of person where I'm going to just put you down to get my point across. I don't need to do that. I can get my point across without screaming. I can get my point across without calling you names. I can get my point across by just being me and saying how I feel, and then I can move on.
And there's a difference between a little bit of gossip, which we're all
guilty of that.
Are women, and we gossip. Okay, we gossip behind the scenes, and we gossip on here. But we don't need to be mean. We don't need to be hateful, and we don't even need to mention names, because if we're talking about someone, they know who they are. So we don't even at least as far as I'm concerned, I don't even need to mention names.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So if I have a problem and I really need to address it myself, my friends will not tell me not to. They'll suggest, if I'm upset and mad, they'll say, don't go now. Just think about it. Think about what you're going to say, and think about how you're going to say. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
But anyways,
I
agree. And then, there's ways that this starts yeah. So anyways.
Yeah, we don't need to talk.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that. But anyways, yeah, this is a nice place. This is a nice place, a comfortable place. So.
Yeah.
Hello, LaDonna.
My mods know how to deal if it gets too much.
They know what to do. I was really happy when Wendy V came into my channel and said hello.
Mm,
And
yes.
I didn't know if it was really her, so I messaged her on Twitter because I said, I hope that was you and not someone playing games. And she messaged me back. She said, yes, Carla, it was me. I just want to be okay. And that made me feel so good. And that was, that was behind the scenes. I messaged her privately. I just said, I hope that was you, because I was really happy that, because she used to come in my stream when I had 10 people in my stream,
Right.
and so I missed her. I really did.
Yeah,
And she is
she
one of
came
the,
on to mine when I first started my channel. She came on to mine, and she actually even took a clip of one of my lives. And ever since then, I haven't seen her.
oh,
And
you're
it makes
YouTube
me.
famous.
I made it. I made YouTube famous.
YouTube
Wendy. Yes. Yep. There
and
was
trust
a clip.
when you get a channel, if you don't have haters, then you're doing something wrong. Because
Don't worry, my mods will take. My mods know what to do. They'll do it. But yeah, I was YouTube famous. But then she's never come back, and I really like Wendy V. I like it when she even goes live.
I do too.
Like her. Mm-hmm.
I do like her, and I was hurt by her, but I missed her. I really did. She was one of the few ones that I really missed. So, yeah, when I messaged her privately and she said, yes, Carla, that was me, I was really happy because, like I said, she was one of the ones that came into my life. I'm getting all rattled now because I shouldn't reach out now.
No, don't reach out.
No, I'm
don't
not.
reach out.
I'm not. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, I was happy to hear from her, and I feel like now I can go into her chat when she's live. So that made me feel good.
Exactly. Yep. And but we have good mods in here, so don't worry about it. We do.
You do.
We do. We do.
You do.
So they'll be able. It happens all the time. Derail. I agree, Samara. But we're not gonna let that.
Yeah.
FOD, really? Come on. Do you really have to? It's too early in the morning. Way too early in the morning.
That's my excuse. I guess I don't get a lot of trolls in the morning because people aren't up yet. And then one time Tucker was on my panel and I had troll and troll and troll after troll after troll. And Tucker says, who gets up in the morning to make a troll account, to come into a chat, to attack someone? Like, you just have to wonder about that.
There's just times where you need to keep your opinion to yourself, especially when you're in a chat and you see that somebody's up on panel with somebody and that you don't like, and their friends are in the chat. What purpose are you serving by coming in here to say something negative about the person on panel? What purpose are you what purpose other than to derail, to cause an issue? Like, come in and say good morning instead. Come in and participate in the conversation that's going on. But instead, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But sometimes we don't need your opinion. Sometimes we don't.
This is Jenna's first Wednesday morning live. Like, stay away. Let her be. Let her have her chat. Let her run her chat. And stop. Just stop.
And full on drama, you wouldn't have gotten blocked if you didn't come. I mean, she's on panel. People are in here that care about her. Like, why couldn't you just come in and say good morning, everyone? Why can't you just ignore it?
If they did that, maybe they wouldn't get blocked. But no, they just come in here to start trouble, and it's just wrong.
Yeah, it is. We were having a perfectly good stream, but now the attention is on you. Shocker. Yeah. I've never even spoken to you, FOD.
I've never been in their chat. I've never caused a problem. I have friends that do like them, and
I've been in her
I do
chat
not judge
once.
them.
I've been
I
in her
don't
chat
judge them.
once.
They like full on drama, and that's fine. But you know, to come in my chat and just start problems,
Right.
like no, and to come in Jenna's the first time she's live, like in the morning, like this, is wrong.
All right.
Come on.
I mean, just to come in, just say, good morning, chat. Good
Yeah.
morning, Jenna. I mean, really, because that's what you expect on your platform. So why don't you
No,
give the same
demand,
right? Right, they demand
respect.
it. They demand it. They demand
Yeah,
it.
but come in
But
here and say Samara Bacon. That was a low blow. Come on.
exactly.
You know she's a vegan. You know she's just to hurt her.
But
So
that's
yeah,
the thing.
okay.
Like, I mean, really. And then you wonder. And that, you know, I just feel like, you know, that didn't need to be needed. Maybe you wouldn't have gotten blocked if you just came in here and been a decent freaking human being and just enjoyed the chat. But
Hi, Charlie
instead,
girl.
you have to put people down. That's how you came in. You came in putting Carla down, and then when you got blocked, you came back again and you put Samara down. But you run around here and complain how everybody picks on you and everybody puts you down.
Or disrespect her. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting how that works, isn't it? I'm the wrong person you want to go toe to toe with. Let me tell you, because
I don't even know who Dumpy Dump is, so I don't know who you are. Never seen you in my chat.
it doesn't. But that's your opinion, right? And it's not needed.
And you're welcome to have your opinion.
You're welcome, but it's not needed
I've been hated by
here.
worse people.
Like, why do you have to come in and say it? Why? Did she come after you? Did she come looking for you? Is she talking about you? No, we're talking about a totally different subject, and you have to come in and say Carla's hateful. Why?
Oh Lord.
You know why?
You know, and
it's not going to change my opinion of her. It's not going to change the 50 other people that are in here. So what is the point?
Just to derail.
It is.
Oh no, it's an attention-seeking thing. I mean, they like to derail chats and have the attention on them. So they're an attention whore. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm seeing. That's my opinion.
Right. And in my opinion, you know, and I'm probably sure, you know, 50 other people's opinion, we don't think Carla's mean. So move along. Thanks. Thanks for your opinion, but now move along.
I try not to be. I mean, I'm human, so yeah, I make mistakes like everybody else.
Couldn't we say they're mean by coming in here talking to you like that? Couldn't we reverse the role? That's awful mean, right?
And here they come with 50 troll accounts. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. But they're not going to. But it's not going to stop me from doing my thing. It's not going to stop Carla from doing her thing. It's not going to stop the people for coming in here that enjoy Carla and enjoy me. It's not going to stop. So if you don't like her and you see her on panel, don't come in. Don't come in. If you don't like her.
Diane talked about this last night on her stream. She's, you know, about people attacking people in the chat. Like, why? What is, you know, they attacked, not Jenna, Samara by putting the bacon up. They know that bothers her. And that's exactly what Diane was talking about last night.
Yeah.
You're derailing it. You're coming in here and starting shit for no reason. Stop it. Just
exactly.
Stop it. And maybe if you stopped being so hateful, people might say hello to you. And, you know.
And it might change the way, because I know one of these people is running around trying to get everybody to see her differently. See that she's changed. You know? But how is that going to change anybody? You know?
It's not going to change me. I know who I am. I'm comfortable.
Exactly. But it's not going to change because now you're just proving you haven't changed. You haven't changed. You want
what
everybody
they're
to be
doing,
nice.
Saying I'm hateful is hateful. So they're just
Exactly.
actually
Exactly.
proving who they are. And if
That's
people
my
show
point.
you who they are, trust and believe that's who they
Yeah, I
are.
will. Hold on. I gotta go on to YouTube.
Keep showing us all your accounts. Samara.
Yeah, right.
I think they've got 1,500, so as soon as one goes out, that happened to me in my chat too. It's like one would go out and one would get blocked, another one would come in. I couldn't keep up with it all, so. Oh, LaDonna said you can wrench her, Jenna.
Okay. I'm adding Charlie Girl too. I gotta find LaDonna.
LaDonna just typed in chat.
Yeah, I got her. There you girls go. That should be good for now. If you guys need more help, just let me know. But you know, it's just like I said, it's just not needed. And for you to sit there and say I'm changed and I'm different, but you know, you have never been in my chat until today.
Do you want me
Obviously.
to hunt down Jenna so they don't?
No. Why give them? No, like absolutely not.
Well,
Why
I don't
would
want them
you?
derailing your chat.
They're not. We've been live for 2 hours, so we could end it and be fine. But I need to make a point here because that's what happens. They win. If you jump down and I sit here and not say anything, and we just end our live, they win. And that's not fair because there's people in here that care about you and there's people in here that care about me, and we were minding our own business, doing our own thing, and they came in. And this is a prime example how this stuff happens. So don't sit there and go cry on your panel later and say Jenna's panel was so mean to me, because no, we weren't. If you would have came in here as an adult and acted like an adult and said, good morning, everybody, and kept your opinions to yourself, Jenna's chat wouldn't have been mean to you.
Exactly. And Jenna's not, trust me, Jenna is the furthest thing from being a hateful person. She doesn't, and she doesn't block easily. So, and neither do her mods, because we've been told as her moderators not to block people that come in here with differences of opinions or go in different places.
Right. And I want people to have opinions, but there's a difference between having an opinion and being hateful. And that was plain out hateful. That's not an opinion. That was just to come in here to be hateful.
It is what it is.
It is. But don't let it ruin your day, because you have so many, right, you have so many people in there that, yep, exactly. Exactly. You know?
And really, the opinions that mean something to me are the opinions of my friends and my subscribers who come into my chat every morning, who talk to me, who are respectful in my chat. They're the opinions that I care about, not the opinions of someone that comes in on different troll accounts just to be hateful. So,
right. It is. It absolutely is. And yes, hold on. My dog's talking to me, sorry. He's like, Mom, I gotta go out. So I'm gonna take the laptop with me. Hold on, I just gotta unplug everything.
And I might do
oh yes, are you gonna do it? Are you doing it later?
Later. I'm gonna talk about my giveaway.
Yes. I'm excited for that.
hopefully no troll accounts will come in.
But what do you think? Yeah, you were thinking a members live of doing your giveaway, right? You're doing giveaways. That
Well,
will be
I haven't
cool.
done a giveaway yet. I was going to talk about it.
Oh, you haven't? I thought you did. Didn't somebody just win a bag?
Kelly won, and plus, and when she gives me her address, I'm going to go to the post office and mail your hat to you and her stuff to her. So.
I've been waiting for my hat, and it's starting to get cold here, Carla.
I know. I'm waiting. Well, I want to do it at the same time.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
She sends me her address, and I will send both at the same time because I've already got yours. So, and no, it's not to dox anybody. Hello.
Yeah, for some reason, sorry about the echo. I have to, for some reason, when I unhook my computer from like my mic and stuff to bring it outside because the dogs had to go out, it echoes. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. It echoes when she goes outside. Oh no, perfect. No echo. Samara, don't scare me like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait. I've been checking my mail every day to see when little Kelly will send me her address so I can mail off that stuff to her. That she won. She did win, and I put a few more things in that goodies that she won. She won honestly. It was a spur of the moment. It was a spur of the moment giveaway. But I will be having a members only giveaway. And hopefully that will be soon. And I'm going to have a members only live, and that's going to be something that's awesome that we've been planning for a while now. So it should be fun. And that will be probably be a nighttime one because of a lot of things, but Eagle, good Lord, I cannot
see, because now, Carla, if you could mute while I talk, and then we won't echo to them. It's weird, I know. Sorry, guys. But my doggies had to go potty, so I have to. But it's so weird that when I unplug, and I've tried everything. I've gone to the settings. I've tried everything to stop the echo. I've done the volume thing. I've done everything. I've done every troubleshooting thing that I could think of to make it not echo when I'm outside. I don't get it. And if I don't have my mic hooked up. If I have my mic hooked up, it doesn't happen. But as soon as I undo my mic, it happens. It's so weird. The misbehavior wants to win the banana hammock crochet, Carla. You can unmute, sweetheart.
Sorry. I'm muted. What was that? Sorry.
Misbehaving wants to win the banana hammock crochet thing.
Haven't made it yet. I was thinking I could probably make a hammock, but I don't know. I was looking it up to see. They make these things, and I looked up hammocks, like crocheted hammocks, and what they do, they've made these they have instructions to make fruit hammocks that you just hang like in your kitchen, like for fruit and stuff.
Those baskets, like those basket things, but meaning, those metal baskets, I'm thinking of like those 3-tier metal baskets to hang fruit and potatoes. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but that's crocheted, and they, you just put your fruit in them. Yeah.
That's a cool idea, Carla. I'm going to have to tell my mother about that because, my mom crochets everything.
Yeah, I know that. I do know that.
Hi, Ems. Any word yet? Has he gone in? I know you were waiting. Has he gone in?
You know, we sent out prayers for you today, right, Ems?
Oh, that's another good idea, Samara. You can do plant hangers. Everybody has plants. I'm sure a lot of people have plants. You could do plant hangers and do like the metal circle bar to hang it from, you know, where it's sturdy enough. But that's a good idea, Samara.
Yeah, I think I would have to do that with cotton, like thick cotton yarn. So that it doesn't, it stretches, but not that much. You know what I mean?
So M said that it could take around 4 hours, so I don't think I'll hear anything till around noon. Well, you know we're praying for you, girl, and we're sending up all positive vibes your way today.
Yes, we love you, girl. Been thinking about you and your hubby and your family, everybody. Please send up prayers for Em, her husband and family, and also, if you could, for Marsha also.
And for everybody else that might be struggling out here. For everybody else that might not, you know, feel like they can talk or they're not comfortable giving out, you know, their information. Oh, here comes true helper Margie. Your wishes come true.
Oh, hey, true helper.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. FOD sucks. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How
you
are
know
you?
what you're supposed to say.
Yeah, I know. Something about this Batman shit. I don't know. Cheese and rice, Batman. Come on. It's not working.
You do sound like Batman. You're our superhero. You are our superhero. Prayers for all. Yes,
Thank you.
top. Thank you.
The last time I heard that was from my boys, but that was quite a number of years ago. You know, you're always their hero when they're very, very young, but then they get older. They have to be their own hero to their own families.
Actually, Samara, the thumbs down count too, so it doesn't matter if they make 70 thumbs down. It doesn't matter. It's still a view. So I don't know why people need to derail streams, but apparently that's
Exactly. And for the people that are in my live, when I end my live, I always say, thumbs up, thumbs down, they're all appreciated. I don't care. Like, you know, if you want to give a thumbs up, give a thumbs up. If you want to give a thumbs down, give it, you know, because I don't look at that. I really don't. No. I look at, I don't look, exactly. I don't look for the views. I don't look at the thumbs up. And I don't look at the thumbs down. I look at the people that are in my chat, the people that enjoy coming in here. That's what it matters to me.
And you have 30 people in your chat before you even went live. So
you're right. Yeah.
So that makes a difference.
Isn't that just a shame? You know, I'm not going to talk on anybody too much, but I will say, you know, most parents raise their children to know that first impressions mean everything. And I don't really know that person too well. That was just in chat. But I can say it's as easy as this. Don't start nothing. There won't be nothing. And even if somebody did something to you and you pop into a chat where nobody's even mentioned your name, you're not even a whisper, and you're going to start crap, you may want to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, why am I so pissed off all the time? You know, everybody, I heard all these other streams go on and on and on about, oh, forgiveness and all that. And I get it. And most people know me. I'm all for it. But when you come over to intentionally disrupt a chat, just to inject whatever it is that you're trying to get whatever attention it is that you're seeking, or even if you have a point, you know, I thought it was all put out there and everybody, you know, kissed and made up and all that good crap. You know, the best thing in life is to not carry stress. Stop carrying around all these bitter, resentful ideas in your head and just bury the hatchet, because that type of stress, trust me, that's a life ender.
I agree. Well said.
Very well said.
Yeah, because it's true. I mean, we were minding, and that's what I hate. That's what drives me nuts, because everybody's talking about peace, and this person in particular is talking about peace and give her a chance, and they're different, and they just want to be accepted. But when you do crap like that, it makes it awful hard to want to accept you. Like I said, it would have been so much easier for you to come in and say, good morning. How hard is that? Good morning. How's the chat doing? What are you guys talking about? Why come in with hate instantly?
Yeah, exactly. That was my first comment to the person. I said something just half clowning around, just being nice, as I typically am. But then all of a sudden you got to throw up bacon symbols and just to antagonize people. I mean, seriously, what's the point? Because I know both my sons, they don't act that way. And most people that I know don't act that way. And the only times that I see people act that way is usually when they want to start a fight, when they want that attention, when they want to try to cause mayhem for whatever their little agenda is. And the biggest point of all that is, if you're that type of person where you thrive on stuff like that, or you just have to get your little me voice out there, that's a pretty sad, pathetic existence as far as I'm concerned. And there is help for that. There really is. You can correct that. But to stop while you're ahead.
And if you're not going to earn my respect, I'm not going to freely hand out my respect. You're not showing me respect. I'm not going to show you respect. And I think I have. I've kept to myself. This person has made video after video about me, mocking my looks, mocking my age, mocking my chat. And, then I don't say anything, and they come in here and just say I'm hateful, I'm this, I'm that. No, I'm not. I have stayed away from their chat. I have not antagonized this person. I don't have 150 troll accounts to bother them or bother with them. So what they did to me and Samara in this chat was inexcusable, I believe. And if you want people to respect you, then you have to show a little respect to other people. And if you can't do that, then don't expect it back.
Respect is earned. It's not a given. It's earned. And that's not the way to go about earning it. And I think it's because I truly feel this person doesn't do this out in the real world. I think it's because I see so many people that I think do it because they're behind a keyboard. And it shouldn't matter if you're behind a keyboard or out in public. I
was here all morning and I didn't see that person's name said once. And yet it just seemed like a whirlwind. And, and I know people say, well, just don't pay attention to them. Don't give them the time of day. But, it's pretty sad. I've noticed in the social media realms that once you do give them a little bit of attention and you get it out there, it's like then they back off a bit and everything stays quiet for a little while. But then it always sparks back up again. And it's, the easiest thing to keep in mind is do unto others as you would have done to you.
Exactly.
Easy peasy.
Right.
But that's not what they want. They want total respect, but they don't give it out. So if you can't dish it out, you can't dish out the same respect that you expect back, then I'm sorry. I'm not going to give it to you, because I respect people that respect me, not people that disrespect me or my friends.
Right.
And Samara did nothing.
No, and that's why I addressed it. I made it short and sweet, but, they could have ran in any direction they wanted with this. Oh, they were so mean. No, I'm making it, that's why I didn't back up, and that's why I made it loud and clear. You're not going to come in here. You're not going to derail my chat. You're not going to put down the people that are on my panel. You're not going to put down the people that are in my chat. You're not going to put down my mods. I'm sorry. I will address it, because that's just who I am. And right is right and wrong is wrong. And what you did this morning was wrong.
As Smokey P would say, woo woo. Can we just get back to the fact of how there is so much sexy in this dang chat and on this channel right now, it's driving me insane.
It's
I mean,
only your
if
voice.
Misdemeanor showed up, I'd probably explode down here. I'd be little
She
true
was
nuggets.
here earlier. I don't
She
know.
was. I think she had to work. I think she had to work.
No,
Yeah.
I know what it is. She got a hold of the UPS man again. I've told her time and time again about that man.
She's
and
trading you in.
Here? Who else isn't here is Nanya isn't here. She probably had to work too. So.
I know. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. It makes me wonder. Girls, you're in Carla's chat every day. Where the heck are you today? No, I'm just kidding. Just picking. I'll give you guys his lashes later.
Yeah. Jenna already got a tardy slip this morning because,
I know. I saw. I was actually hanging around.
You were hanging around too, True Helper.
I said it's pretty good.
I was like, oh, damn.
Weirdest people in your chatting before you even come live. We were all in there chatting. We were having a great old time.
It's very rare that I sleep in, and then I do the same damn stuff. It's not pretty.
I know. I'm up at the crack of dawn. So
I'll always remember my first morning coffee over here. It will be one to remember. I had to make it. One to remember.
It's a good story. Yeah,
it is.
Story. She was tardy to her own party. You were late for your own party. That's
I was so late for my own party.
We were all waiting for you. So you might think that can be taken as a compliment because we were all waiting for you. So.
And I appreciate that.
And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I hope she doesn't stay, I hope she doesn't sleep in another hour because I really don't want to go live. And I don't want to disappoint everybody. And I'm like, oh, thank God she came on. She was only 15 minutes late.
Thank you, Miss Behaven. Thank you.
I
try.
Good things come to those who wait.
Yes. And I thank Jenna for
LaDonna, that would be perfect. I'm going to learn how to duo record. I need True Helper's ringtone. Good morning. Somebody got to rewind and record that, and we can all make it our ringtone.
Or our alarm clock.
Well, I snuck a little something in there, but I do apologize. I usually don't go at anybody. I don't attack people really. But
look at that. Great job. Out there. I knew you would do a great job.
Remy said that I guess Remy's making the accusation that I just impregnated 10 more women. They are not mine. Bring it to Mari. I am not the father. I'm telling you, I will take the paternity.
Think of all the child support you're going to have to pay.
I know Mojo already has me broke.
Mojo already has her broke. You're just such a good guy, True Helper. And you don't usually, you are the most kindest person and you really try to spread love and kindness into this community. But sometimes, and so don't I, and so don't a lot of people. But sometimes, you just gotta say, you gotta say what's on your mind. I try to reframe and but this morning I just couldn't, because it was just so uncalled for. It just was. It was completely uncalled for.
Oh, that's true.
Well, anyways, I'm going to hop down because I have to run to the store. Jenna, thank you for having me up, and you did a great job. I'm very proud of you. I'm proud that you took my Wednesdays and gave me a little bit of a break. True Helper, I love you to death.
I love you too, and it's okay.
And everybody in chat, I will see you in the morning. I'll be up bright and early, like I always am.
Carla, please do not buy any decaf. Okay, I will not tolerate it. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry, Mr. Carla, if you're listening to this. I apologize ahead of time. It's all her fault.
It is all my fault.
It's not my fault.
Trust me. Yeah, I'll take the blame. So you guys have a great day. I love you all, and I love you all in chat. I'm running to the store, so
enjoy your free day. Yes, enjoy. Bye, Carla.
Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye. Oh no, it's just me and you, True Helper. Oh no.
There's all kinds of naughty things might happen. We might have to end this. We'll be violating YouTube terms left and right.
Right, Miss misdemeanor might be, I might get called later. What were you doing with my true helper?
Dang, yeah. And on a quick serious note, it was kind of funny. Somebody actually got a hold of one of my emails out there, and they shot me this long-winded email, and it was quite funny because, of course, as I usually do, I've been with my queen now for decades, but let's just say that we have a very open and transparent type of relationship where I'm that type where if she ever needed my phone, I hand it over. I don't normally lock it at all because the boys are all grown up out of the house, that kind of good stuff. So anyway, long story short, somebody tried to send an email through. Did you, and they put it in quotes because so they obviously listen. Did your wifey know that you flirt with so many women? You're just so disgusting, and it is so wrong, and she should be so upset. I laughed my ass off. I was like, babe, get over here. You got to read this. You got to read this. So instead, I ended up putting it on the big screen. I'm like, I got to see this shit like true live color here. I got to put this shit in HD. Mm-hmm. Like, holy damn type of stuff. So put it on there. So we ended up, we read it together, and she was laughing just about as much as I was. And she the first thing in her mouth, she says, that bitch really doesn't know you, does she?
No.
I was like, obviously not.
So, and that is why she is your queen, true helper, right there. That is why she's your queen. But I'm the same way with my husband, and my husband's the same way with me. We don't keep secrets, and he could grab my phone today, tomorrow, next year, whenever. He knows my password. I mean, we have my password still on because we have the grandchild in the house, so we keep it on. But yeah, like he sits here sometimes while I'm on lives with you and everybody else and cracking jokes, and he'll sit behind me and laugh. So I'm with you on that. It's so funny when people think, geez, does your husband or your wife know what you do behind you? No, not at all. No, we just live in the same house and use the same electronics, but no, they have no clue. No clue.
And not to mention too, I think it's funny because one of the things actually, and I didn't even know it until about last year, but if you use Wi-Fi within your home, typically anybody that's using the same Wi-Fi, as long as they knew the password and all that, usually you can get into that shared app thing, and especially if you've had the same account for forever as well. But anyway, but the funniest part, and to end that story I was saying before, was that she ended up responding, and well, I'm not even going to repeat some of the words that she said, but she basically, in summary, said to get a life, leave her love alone, and then left some more little, she's a bit more, I don't know, how should I say? She's got a bit more of a carpenter mouth than I do, but
Yeah, I'm the same way. But I'm the same way with my husband. My husband, he's always so, and I guess you would say I'm the pit bull of the relationship, like I'm the one that I will defend my husband. Not that my husband won't defend me, but he does it in a more nicer, calmer, kind of like you. I can see you doing it in a more where I'm like every name in the book and, leave my man alone. Yeah, I think I would get along with your wife quite well.
Absolutely. I know you would, because hearing that, this is the same way that she is. But, and I mean, people have to remember it is social media, and 9 times out of 10, a decent family unit, or at least a decent couple, are going to let each other know, what they do, how they do it. And, and it's funny because she tends to try to stay away from social media as much as humanly possible. But there's plenty of times where I'll send her links to different videos, and she's like, I ain't got no time for that.
Yep. My husband's the same way. He's not a social media guy. He's not. He plays his little online games, but through his phone, but he doesn't talk to anybody. It's like his little war games and stuff. He'll play those, but he doesn't get YouTube and stuff. Like LaDonna just said, good grief. My husband is my tech support, right? Like, I mean, come on. It's so ridiculous.
My wife is the same way. She's actually my tech support. I tell you, there's so many times that I do find myself into a little bit of a pickle. no, not milking cucumbers, y'all. Not doing it. Not doing it. But she always ends up saving my sorry ass online. So.
Yep. My husband has no clue. He just hands me the phone and says, "I broke it."
I broke it.
I broke it. Fix it. Okay. Yeah.
It's funny because I've actually had a cell phone forever. I can remember back in the days when it was still had a magnetic antenna with the big old shoulder box with the corded the headset and all that crap. And it was just funny that up until about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I finally got my first iPhone. And when I did, of course, my queen was already well into it, and she started out on the 4 or whatever the hell it was. And so just getting into it, I didn't know my head from my butt. And I just, every other moment I was screwing something up. But
Amanda Ray, good morning. You've missed a lot, girl. We've had a good time this morning. We had one bump in the road, but for the most part, it's been a good morning. We've talked about all kinds of stuff this morning. It's been good.
Good morning. Yes, we have.
Yeah, it's been a good stream. It really has. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I can help Carla out, because Carla's helped me out, like I said, we share a lot of the same subs, and I feel like she was like so bummed about it, and I was like, I'll do it, and I'm glad I did, because I get to enjoy you guys on my stream in the morning,
Absolutely.
Oh, the kids are here.
And while I'm at it, does anybody have any questions for me? And I'll actually take them, because I'm actually looking at chat now. I'm actually surprised I'm doing it, because I always end up forget reading chat. But I'm actually looking at chat now. And I know, didn't Margie Jones, isn't she a new grandmom now? Or didn't she have a little addition to the family?
I'm not sure.
I
Maybe. You might be right, though. Does anybody have any questions for True Helper? Hey, Casey. Good morning. Now's the time. They're going to have you do voice overs. Watch. That's what they're going to do. I have a question. Can you say, I am Batman?
Nope. Not happening. Maybe later. Maybe I'll do that some other time.
See, I called it right before Margie Jones says, are you going to say I am Batman? Due in April. So you were right. The baby is due in April, Margie Jones. So not yet. Not yet.
Oh, that's just absolutely delightful. I've heard so many that have been suffering so much during this whole pandemic crap. Oh, and speaking of which, did y'all see the new CDC reports where only 6% have passed? Like, are you kidding me? I mean, we've been calling it from the start, basically, but to know that they have deceived us that much and that they've shut down our economy and everything else, we're actually working on some class actions right now, but somebody's got to be held liable for this. There's no way that out of all the businesses that they, not us, they shut down, over 38% of them will never reopen. So somebody's got to be held to account, and somebody's ass has got to just go to jail, or just something's got to happen over that.
Absolutely, because it's not even just businesses that have been shut down, but you have taken away from our kids' education. You know what I mean for this? Like some are going to school to get that report was mind blowing to me, mind blowing.
Well, I mean, we knew it.
We did.
I think it was back in July when we first saw one of the updates from the CDC saying that they had got the factor of people that had contracted this pandemic crap by a factor of 10. And when we did the numbers, the mortality went from 2 to 5% down to 0.00417%. I mean, come on, that's just. It's a no-brainer. But then the whole mask deal back and forth. Then you had good old Dr. Fallacy running around back in early January. He's running around telling everybody, oh, no worries. Nobody, just don't, no worries. You had Pelosi in Chinatown. Oh, everybody come out. Donald Trump, he's fear factoring people. Biden saying, oh, you're a racist. You're a xenophobe. You shut everything down. And then, of course, about a month later or 2 months later, oh, you didn't do enough. Like, I mean, come on. This whole thing has been politicized, and anybody that can't see that, they literally now, and I do have this on good authority from doctors that I would trust my whole family's lives with, that only, I think it's between, and they can't even guesstimate right now because there's been so much cover up. They can't tell what's fact from fiction right now, but only between 1 to 4 children, between 1 to 4, that's single digits, 1 to 4 children that were otherwise had no comorbidity had passed away from this. Now tell me that just last year alone, it was 137 that passed away from your typical average seasonal influenza. I mean, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I don't want to get back into that because I know this is
you're right.
But I'm just saying to everybody, live your life, because you know what, whether we know it or not, we're all doing herd immunity anyway, because that's how God made us. He made us to catch things so that we can end up making our bodies naturally make antibodies to help us in future reference. Like they even say with the vaccines, oh my God, you got to take them. And then you get the stats that only 40% work. I mean, come on, just, you know what I mean?
And like Cassie's just said, they had me scared. I couldn't sleep for weeks. I can't even tell you how many people on here that have, you know, really hard time with this pandemic and what it did to worry them and scare them. There's some that I know that are now on anxiety meds because of this pandemic. It literally put them on anxiety meds, and that's horrible. Horrible. Somebody needs to be held accountable, for sure.
You are 100% correct, because just within the sponsorship alone, which is another big part of my life, over 20 plus years now, and I can honestly tell you, I have never seen such an influx in new recovery care patients ever at any point in the 20 plus years. I never have. And so many people that have reached out for help. I mean, many people have been asking, well, where's he been? What's he been doing? Being honest, I mean, I'd say about half my time away from home, family, and work has been helping people. And now my queen's probably listening right now and she can verify. I mean, we've darn near gone broke just by helping people. I mean, you know, just those that have been put out of work, and everybody talks about these stimulus and all that, you know, it wears off quick when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. It goes really, really fast, no matter how fiscally responsible you are.
Yep, I agree. I'm one of those families that, you know, took a hit, a big hit, you know, and I'm still trying to get out. And like Eagle just said, I lost my fucking job over this bullshit. I agree. I can't tell you how many people have lost their jobs and people that are struggling.
Yep. And then not to mention, too, you look at all the other things that have happened because of this. I mean, kids have had to go without some of the most memorable moments of their lives, their senior proms, their graduations, to actually walk, you know, being able to start up college, having that February. Having that social stuff. It's just, you know, that social interaction, they need it. It is a must for any developing child, especially young children. And for them to not do that, I fear that they have cultivated the possibility of a new superbug popping up, because when you rob the human body of its chance to actually form natural antibodies to the natural, we come in contact with thousands of viruses and bacteria every single day, and our body processes them accordingly. But they have robbed us of that opportunity.
Well, I think that it's, you know, I think it's bull crap, because I mean, I'm not trying, again, like you said, I'm not trying to politicize this. I have a little one, as you'll probably hear flipping out in the background because Peppa Pig is on. You know, it's just, it strikes me weird that it's an election year. It's, you know, these kids are not getting the interaction they need. There's no herd immunity, for lack of a better term.
Might I say that your little one is adorable. I've heard
thank you.
And just like LaDonna said, holidays, vacations, weddings, funerals, you know,
all
where you can't even, or how about the people that are sick in the hospital and their family members can't even be with them. Like, there is so many things that,
so many things have been impacted. And, you know, in a way, I kind of find it quite ridiculous, because it's just, it's too much now. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's just not, I'm sorry, but, you know, like True Helper said, you know, you had Fauci running around saying this, that, and the other thing, and then the next week it's a different story. It's kind of like YouTube. You know, one week people are friends, one week they're not, but you have these government officials and everything else just running around causing chaos. And yes, like you said, Jenna, people have been put on freaking anti-anxiety meds for this crap. It's absurd. That personally, you know, I suffer from extreme anxiety every day. I can't even get prescribed freaking anti-anxiety medicine because I am on Suboxone. But you have people, and I'm not saying this to throw shade at all, because I get it. But you have people going, I'm scared of a virus. It really, I don't know. But then again, Big Pharma and the doctors are making money.
Well, they
care?
knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing because they knew, and this is a true fact, that 2/3 of the American population had little to no idea about virology, about epidemiology, about any of that stuff. And then all of a sudden you toss this in their laps and you say how deadly it is and all that stuff. But anybody with half a brain, okay, and not saying that
More people have died from the regular flu.
but if they go back, we use the power of technology, okay, and anybody can prove all of this, and all of this has been documented big time. So I mean, there are so many channels out there. I recently just found this one doc by the name of Pamela Popper, I believe, or Papayer or something like that. I'll try to find her channel and drop the link. But she is outstanding. And it was funny because many of these docs that actually came out against it, it was just like the hydroxy, and I'm not going to say the whole name because I know a lot of YouTube algorithms catch it and try to shut that type of speech down. But I'd say chloroquine was actually spoken badly about. But here's the funniest part, okay? In all my years of sponsorship and all that, I have had the privilege and pleasure of dealing with a lot of people who have autoimmune disorders like fibromyalgia, lupus, and all that. Well, guess what is one of the most commonly used prescriptions? It is that. And it has had a very high efficacy
I'm sorry,
rate.
what was the medication that you named? I'm sorry, it broke up. I'm sorry.
I'll just say it's last name chloroquine, first name hydroxy. I can't say the full name because I'm serious. They
I
have
know what you're
literally been
talking
taking
about.
people's videos down because of that. It's the anti-malarial medication that has been used for over 70 plus years. And mind you, yes, it was FDA approved, and it has been used nonstop. And then, of course, like many other medications out there, they finally found out that it had an alternate use, and it was useful, and many docs started prescribing it. And here's the other part: when we knew very early on, and I'm talking about probably back in March to April, when we knew this was all crap, because when they started bashing, of course, I believe it was anything that came out of, the main man's mouth, who runs the United States there, let's say Trump. Obviously, they would go against it. So no matter what he talked about, they went against it in the mainstream. And I saw this. And again, I'm not some big old, MAGA pill, all this and that. Nope, absolutely not. But I believe and I do my research into what people do, not just what they say. And I knew that once they started talking about it, I started asking around and I started remembering in the back of my head, wait a minute, I've heard of that prescription before. So then I started gathering all this data about it. And I'm like, how in the hell are they actually saying that it has little to no efficacy, or it's not useful, and it's now dangerous? And here's really, and for anybody that's ever been in the medical field at all, will know what I'm about to say is hand to God, truth as truth gets. Okay, when you have two of the biggest medical publications out there in the world, not country, in the world, Lancet and the New England Journal of Medicine, had to retract their articles of what they said.
Yes,
about
they sure did.
And that's when we knew, like, oh, you sons of bitches. Here they go.
Like I said, Big Pharma is making money. And Carrie Chatterbox just asked a really reasonable question. When will it end? The thing is this is putting people in a state of paranoia. This is keeping, think about parents that don't have, because daycares likely aren't open, or if they're open, it's very limited. It's very hard to find childcare right now. So say you're a single parent, and how are you going to go back to work? I asked my kid's teacher yesterday, I said, do you think school is going to stay open? She said, no. I said, but why? Why not? And she said, well, we have to protect ourselves and other kids. And I'm thinking in my head, how long is this going to last? What are we just going to be in a state of paranoia and pandemic forever? Like, what are we going to do?
I'd say till after election. I really believe that in my heart of hearts. It's either that or past inauguration, because they'll try to do everything that they can to smear, slander, besmirch, do everything in their power that they can, because they know that there are many, many years of deceptive tactics, i.e. and AKA the demon rats out there. I mean, excuse me, the Democrats. Okay. In every single major city right now that is literally on fire. Okay. For months and months and months, over 90 plus days in Seattle alone. Okay. They sat there and said, oh, no problem, no problem. Even the good old guy that can't even remember where he is half the time, who's also running for the president spot, sat there and said, oh, well, I didn't really know about it till last week.
Are you kidding? Come on.
Really? And then you trust this guy with a nuclear football? Are you kidding me?
Well, he also stated that he picked that VP choice due to, and said basically, well, they're going to be running the country. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Slam the brakes on that one. Excuse me? I am a Trump supporter. I'm not going to lie. Just saying. I don't want to get political, but, I think that it's making no sense. We deserve answers. Is this just going to be like just going on and on and on and on and on and no answers? I'm sorry, but I don't find that reasonable.
But Remy, don't you know that makes you the enemy now? Isn't it disgusting how our country has gotten
I'm always the enemy.
where people judge you solely by your political beliefs? Like, what in the hell is happening to us? And then to try to make up this whole fabrication about supposed systemic racism and all that. Are you kidding me? More has died in these riots, over 30 plus people, over $300 million in damages so far. Hundreds and hundreds of business owners now will forever be shut down because of these ass clown, punk, coward idiots running around out there. I mean, it's disgusting.
You're very passionate.
I know.
No, I'm just saying, I think that this, okay. Let's just take just for example, I'm not saying anything to be negative, but take these riots, right? And the protests and everything. Why the hell are you burning down your goddamn own city? Where are you going to go get bread, a loaf of bread, some eggs, some milk? Where are you going to go?
Anybody knows that a lot of those burn loot murder types are, and by their own words,
they're paid.
Look it up, people, trained Marxists, and that's pretty sad and all that. And I know a lot of people out there are probably like, oh my God, I'm stressed out over this. But look, please, there are plenty of patriots that are now starting to step up. So I'm that type where I am a glass half full type. And I will say that there is some good that is coming of this, and more people are waking up every single day. And I just put it to you this way. Our little old group that had 30K, the old preppers and all that stuff, we're now over 100K strong. And believe you me, it's getting bigger every single day because these people keep pushing us. And many of the good types out there, yes, they're a little more laid back. And some would actually even rather, flee than fight. But they're actually making fighters out of people, especially since like the media covered all these riots and said they weren't riots. But yet the other day, when they pointed out somebody that was simply supporting and they shot him dead execution style.
Okay.
They shot him dead. That's crazy.
It is. Lana's up here now. Remy had to jump down real quick, but she didn't want to interrupt you. But LaDonna's up here now.
Did you see the latest news in Seattle?
Oh, which stuff? Because I'm all
okay. Check this out. Okay, the Seattle mayor who tried to hang out with the demonstrators a couple of weeks ago, who, if they had not been security, would have been killed. Well, last night they went to his condo.
Yep, burned it.
Tried to set it on fire. We're talking about a condominium building with a dentist office on the bottom. This is a place where children live, families. They went there to protest and tell him they want his resignation. This is the Seattle mayor who says, the summer of love. And the one who keeps telling Trump, no, thank you, we don't need your help. But yet now they're asking for him to basically resign. So you see, they're even turning on you, the one who you gave support to. So people, watch and learn. It's just an upside down world.
You're right. You're right. It was just like that one Seattle mayor that walked out there, or is it Minneapolis somewheres and along that realm, who walked out and tried to get with all the protesters. And of course, he said one thing wrong, and they were screaming, hooting, and hollering at this man as he cowered away in his little skinny jeans. I was cracking up. I'm like, there you go, because you know when you get woke, you go broke. And that is a common theme here. And just like all these, like the NBA players that are walking off, that are just sitting there, you know, saying that they're going to boycott, and they're holding names on the back of their heads and all that. But when you do research into every single person, and I'm sorry, I should say about 90+% of the people that have been shot by police and all that, you will find that the stories are verified and checked out, that they were in the process of already doing something wrong. Now, and I'm not saying taking a life is right in any way, shape, or form. I hate that. And I don't say hate at rarely ever, but I will say there is no situation where a life is justifiably taken from someone. Well, unless if you're a child, little pedo or whatever you are, then yeah, absolutely, you deserve it, and I'll be that executioner. But anyway, you know, it just the fact that these people are doing all of this, and they're causing such riots and mayhem over known felons like that Blight character that had sexually assaulted that young lady and took her keys and was on his way back to do more harm. And the cop stepped up. And now, mind you, the guy lived. And yet they were declaring, oh, you know, BLM and blah, blah, blah. That's just it. Come on. Come on.
Okay, and here's another one, y'all. Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, she's telling all of us, social distancing, wear your mask. The COVID virus is serious. Okay, guess what? She shows up in a salon Monday. She's getting her hair cut. She's getting her hair done. She's not social distancing, and she had no mask on. But yet in San Francisco, you can't get your hair cut unless you go outside, apparently. So, see what I'm saying? Do it. We're supposed to do what they tell us to do, but don't do as they act.
George Kirby.
Just like, what's his name, Fauci, when he go to watch the baseball game? We're all supposed to stay home, but yet Barack Obama got to have the country club to go, you know, golf by himself in the fresh air. Back when everybody's telling us, stay home, stay in your little prisons. No fresh air for you, boo-boo. No parks for you, boo-boo. Wear the mask, boo-boo, because you know what? They want to keep us subjugated. Do your research. Just do your research. So if you don't know what party to follow, do your research and see what is out there. By the way, has Biden still come out of the attic yet? Or the basement yet? Or is he still hiding?
I think he's still
By the way,
hiding.
if you get around Biden, don't let him get near you. He'll sniff your hair.
Sniff your hair? What? Really? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
You haven't seen the little video clip of him trying to smell this little girl's hair?
No.
And she's giving him a look of like, get away from me, you creepy old man.
No, I haven't. I'll have to watch.
That's why they call him creepy. That's why they call him sleepy, creepy Uncle Joe.
Oh my God.
Just go on Twitter. It's hysterical. But just remember, Pelosi is Speaker of the House.
Well, I just watched Mojo just said it. Well, I just watched my son David Blaine go off on balloons. All is very well. I'm confused. Like, he went into a hot air balloon?
Oh, he went off on balloon. Oh, David Blaine. He's going off about balloons or something. I guess.
Oh. I read that wrong then.
Guys, try to use positivity. Try to be positive. Keep a frame of mind when you can.
Yeah.
But we need to all try to reclaim our lives as best as we can. Go back to church if it becomes available. Go to the park. Be visible. And if I hate to say this, but if you got to wear your mask because you got to do what you got to do to take care of your children, you got to do it. But you know what? But still try to show, wear it saying liberty on it or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I got a mask that says liberty on it, and I just got it from a friend of mine who made it. Made by an American in the USA. And also, please buy American when you can afford it and can do it.
Well said. My patriot sister. Well said. Nice.
And by the way, do your research. Red Pill 78. Just saying.
It's true.
On YouTube.
There's another YouTube channel that I follow because they put all the gaffes of different politicians out there, and it's called Zeducation. It's Zeduction, I believe.
Never heard of that one. I'll have to go check them out.
Yeah, Tyler Zed, I believe is the guy's name. But yeah, I tell you, you want to get a laugh, and yet at the same time, here's some truth bombs dropped. That's a pretty decent place to go.
Oh, and guys, if y'all want to see some weird stuff, and they do document everything, Marfugal News. They show you lightnings. They show you earthquakes. They show you crazy stuff. Everything that's out there, the strange, the unusual, but it's all documented. I mean, they put everything on their website of every news article where the videos come from. So this isn't just stuff they pull out of their quote ass.
Yep, that's true. That's true. And another one too is Brandon Tatum. He's a guy that I've been with for
a
very long
Amazing
time.
Lucas is another guy who does a lot of good social commentary.
Well, yeah, he does, but I've found, and again, just my personal.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, it's just
kind of fell off.
just commentary. He's not a news advocate.
Well, I mean, but he kind of went against it because I guess, I don't know, for whatever reason, but he actually came out and was calling a few of them, like Anthony Brian Logan.
You're right. You're right.
He was throwing those, the UT terms out there and all that stuff. So it just, I don't know what got in his head, but some think he's actually going left now. But again, it doesn't bother me.
To be honest with you, I haven't listened to him lately because I've been so busy, like following Jenna Moon live streams, true crime, doing real stuff. I kind of been staying away from social commentators because it's just their opinion. I'm going for places where they're actually giving me hard news, like they're giving me sources and going to sources. I mean, I'm watching everything: CNN, 60 Minutes, DW News.
Yeah, I stay away from all the mainstream. I really do.
So I'm just staying away from social commentary. I just either come here and play with y'all, listen to y'all, or I go listen to news.
Yeah. I follow like the Tatum Report, Summit News, Anthony Brian Logan. He's another really good one. I've been with that cat for quite a number of years.
Have you seen Black Patriot?
Yes. Yep. Conservative Black Patriot.
He's awesome. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's also fun. He's cool.
Yeah, I remember when he had under 5,000 subs, believe it or not. And I know now he's like over at least 160 or 180,000, or he might even be above that. I know Tatum just broke 1 million. ABL's almost up to 700K. And Jericho Green's like coming up quick too, just like Candace Owens.
Isn't her name Amazing Polly?
Who's that? Candace Owens?
She's a Canadian that does a lot of research. The Amazing Polly.
I think I've heard of that name before. To be honest with you,
she does a lot of research too, and she shows her documentation. I'm trying to remember if it's the Amazing Polly.
And I only shoot out a lot of those names because I would really enjoy if anybody has any questions about any of the African American community, or as most of them say, the Black community, and what their real thoughts and how it really is in the hood or in any other parts like that. Like all those names that I had just dropped, they are all very, very good, honest voices who literally use every single bit of actual, real, authenticated footage. And they do their research, and it's not just commentary by itself. And yeah, of course, they give their opinions, how either likes and dislikes, and of course, they're a little biased as they, support conservatism and all that. But the biggest part of all that to keep in mind is they actually drop the truth, because anything that I've ever questioned, I've actually, and usually I don't vet things through just one source. I usually go through 3 or better if I ever have a question about anybody. And anytime I've ever done that with any of those names, it's always been confirmed 100%. So,
just a side note for what happened in Diane's channel last night. The person that everybody was calling out was Mojo Bo. He is a Boyd personality.
Yeah,
not our beloved Mojo Joe here.
Yes,
I just want to confirm to y'all that Mojo Bo is a Boyd personality.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say. He's an individual. He's just an interesting individual. But
yeah, good call.
it wasn't
on
our
one.
Mojo Joe.
Yeah, not our Mojo Joe.
Just want to clarify.
Yeah, good call on that, LaDonna.
And by the way, Mojo, don't even trust BBC. Don't trust 60 Minutes. I mean, watch them, but do your research. And don't trust just Wikipedia either. Just saying.
It's so
And
true.
don't trust Google. I think it's called DuckDuckGo. Find you search engines that are not Google owned. Go, like he just said, go to different resources, you know. Even get out and go to the library if you can and find a real book.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I'm still that old school type where I like to do a lot of reading and all that. And I mean, I've read just about every publication that's out there. And I can tell you right now, ones like the New York Times and the Washington Post and the Compost and all those, I mean, they're so dishonest that I honestly believe that there's just something so wrong. There really is. And like, these are publications that I swear by many moons ago. Hey, who's breaking into chips or something? What's that noise?
It was me. Sorry.
Well, share with the class. Share with the class.
Oh, see, she's getting the fresh chips and she gives us stale donuts. Whoa.
In decaf coffee, because I don't drink coffee. So I wouldn't know. What is the difference between decaf and I wouldn't know, because I don't drink coffee. So I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's its name. One's caffeinated, the other's not. And sometimes they have a little bit of a different taste. But I've actually had some decent decaf before. I mean, there's been more than a few times that I've had to switch to decaf because, well, Lord knows,
Here's another thing I want to ask some people out there. If you support defunding the police, the military, let me ask you this. When somebody comes up to your front door and rams it open and comes in and tries to steal you or whatever, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters?
Better not call 911. Don't do it.
Not if you live in Minneapolis or Seattle, the way they're asking, and some other, blue states.
Yeah, that's insane. I've heard that time and time again from so many different politicians about, how orange men bad and all this other kind of Trump derangement syndrome type of crap. But, and I want to make this very clear, okay? I'm not a cheerleader. I believe, as I said earlier and all that, but I do my research. Like I had also said earlier, my mom raised me to never judge a man or a person for that matter, just by their words alone. Always observe and, take their actions into consideration. And that's exactly what I did, because one of the first things that I can remember hearing before I actually started doing research into that man was the whole racism thing. If you rewind that tape that they use time and time again, 30 seconds, I kid you not. This is how, and this is a good tool to use about the mainstream. Anytime you hear almost any one of their reports about somebody else that they're showing a video on, if you rewind or fast forward the tape past the point that they use, or the clips, the cleverly edited clips that they use, 30 seconds in either direction, you will learn the truth. That whole racism crap was a bunch of crap, because that dude openly denounced all those the white supremacists and all that stuff, and yet they sit here and they regurgitate and play this crap over and over and over again. It's almost like that good old, the pencil mustache dude that was, committed all that genocide so many moons ago, that had sat there and said himself that if you tell a lie long enough, it ends up becoming the truth. Well, guess what? That is the truth. And unfortunately, there's so many people that actually believe in this mainstream agenda fueled garbage that they put out. It's just ridiculous. So like, do your research, definitely. And
hey, Jenna, doesn't that kind of sound familiar in the drama community? Showing edited little clips taken out of context.
Yeah,
but then when you go back to the live stream and you actually listen to the whole conversation,
right. It's not as bad as it seems.
But you know what? But we do that with everything. How many times somebody will throw out a Bible scripture saying blah blah blah, but if you were to actually go back to the Bible and read it as a whole, like read the whole chapter, a lot of times it'd be really funny. But you're trying to pass something, it's either refute it, support it, or it's totally opposite of how they try to twist them. So just remember, if somebody throws a clip a little nugget, go and read the whole, go back to the source and look at the whole picture. Just remember, it's like a jigsaw of a puzzle. Until you see the whole jigsaw puzzle put together, you're just looking at the piece of the whole story. So
I agree.
Just remember that in drama community bullshit, real world bullshit, you know. And just remember when our children, how many times have the children come up to you and go, blah, 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 hit me, blah, 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 said. But then you found out, you know, sometimes it was instigated, you know, by the person being the tattletale. So research.
I agree.
And it's just like the New York Times most recent headline, and I quote, Biden condemned violence, why won't Trump? Now, first of all, I have heard personally with my own 2 ears and have seen with my own 2 eyes, a good old orange man bad sit there and say over and over and over again, if you need our help, just ask, we'll send in National Guard, we'll do this, we'll do that, and over and over and over again, denouncing this crap and calling these people out. Even when he called them monsters, then of course everybody said, oh my God, you're a xenophobe, you're a bigot, you're a hater, you're a racist. Come on. You know, it's just, it's funny. And I find this, and I would like everybody to think about this for one moment, okay? It's funny how if you go back to 2014, 2013, and before, everybody wanted to be Trump. Everybody wanted to hang out with Trump. Rappers couldn't use his name enough. Name dropped him left, right, and center. Everybody wanted him at the Playboy Mansion. Everybody wanted him to fund him here, there. WWE had him. Vince McMahon had him. I mean, on and on. I could go on probably for an hour of all the different accolades and this and that and the other. And yes, the man's had bankruptcies and all this kind of crap, but you know what? He has still built himself back up. And I'm not agreeing with all the tactics that some of these scumbag millionaires and billionaires use, you know, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and then they get richer while the, you know, poor get poor. But bottom line is, there's a reason why he's in the position that he is in now. The public were obviously sick and tired of the status quo of your everyday politician. You know, it's just disgusting. So just think about that. All right. And again, this is not a whole big old, oh, mega pill. No, I love orange man. No, it's absolutely not. But again, if you do the research, like LaDonna has said now several times, and I'm reiterating on, if you do research, you will know the truth. And it's just like through this whole pandemic stuff. I mean, yes, I know people are scared and all that, but when you do that research, it does make you feel better fulfilled. And if you still are scared, there are so many different programs out there. There's different groups and outreach groups and support hotlines that you can get in contact with. I mean, we are living in such a very blessed day of technology that, you know, to not use it is ignorance. It really is. You can simply reach out by doing a quick DuckDuckGo search, or if you have to, if you must, a Google search. And believe it or not, 9 times out of 10, it will give you the proper information that you need to get the help that you're so in desperate need of. So,
let me just make 2 points of my own perspective, and then I'll get off. 1, Trump cannot be bought. He can't be sold, because guess what? His skeletons are already out there. He has nothing to hide because we've all seen him, because he's been in the social media. He's been in reality TV. We've seen all his highs and lows. Whereas, what does Biden have to hide? I mean, just saying.
Yes, you were right. The man was in office for political office for almost 50 years.
And if you didn't know,
make a change.
President Trump has donated, if I understand correctly, his entire salary was, he either said donate it to such and such, or he has said, I don't need the money, because he's already a billionaire. Just saying.
You're right.
And all those, and I hate to tell you, and I'm sick of this. Everybody who criticizes Melanie, our first lady, about her clothes and stuff, well, guess what? She pays for it. Not you, the taxpayer. She's paying for it. Unlike the Queen and royalty in other countries. Just saying.
Well, look at what the previous administration did. They had over $90 million in just travel expenses alone, but yet had the audacity to sit there and spout out all this Green New Deal nonsense. But yet they're the first ones on these major jet planes and all that stuff. And they say that one jet airliner flight, okay, just like from, I don't know, Florida to New York, is the equivalent of driving, I think they said 1,000 cars for a year straight. I can't remember, but the exhaust was just off the charts. But the point is, you always find who the true liars are through their hypocrisy. And all you have to do is do a little research. There are some real deal truth channels that are out there, people that actually still believe in patriotism, people that still believe in America first, people that believe in what so many of our brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers have died for. They have bled to make sure that we have the civil rights and liberties that we have today, from even people like Martin Luther King to Malcolm X. I mean, you name it. There's so many people that gave their lives literally, and some obviously were taken. But still, the fact is that now you have a bunch of these idiot children running around that are paid. Many of them are very well paid, mind you, and that's a whole other rabbit hole that I'm not going to get into. But when you think about it, stand up for what you believe in, because who the hell else is going to? Nobody can make you do it. You have to do it yourself. And that comes from having a very strong fundamental foundation in the belief that we do live in one of the best countries in the world, bar none.
Hey, True Helper, who had the $200 haircut like 15, 20 years ago? Was it Clinton?
Oh, yeah. Yep, that was Clinton.
$200 haircut, and that was what, 15, 20 years ago?
I believe you are correct. So today that would be like $400 or $500. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry, but in my personal, I cannot remember having beyond a haircut, $30, $40 tops with a tip, maybe. I mean, I've paid money when I used to get perms or something, but a $200 haircut?
Yeah, no. Nope.
See, they live on a different planet than we do. They live that's what's amazing, is these people are the ones who make decisions for us everyday people, but yet they do not live in our world. They don't understand how we see the world. That's the first problem. Whereas Trump, he seems to have that perspective of seeing the common man's perspective, even though he's a billionaire. But somehow he still has kept the ability to see what the everyday person needs. And I was not a big Trump lover but I hate to say this, I voted for Trump because he was just a better choice of at least of the two evils.
Yeah.
Now that I've done my research and I've seen his track record, I will say he's been a very good president.
I agree.
And hopefully, and I'm not saying he's our, a rescue.
Right. He's not the best. Right. I get what you're saying.
By the way, you need to be your own rescuer. Don't rely on the government. Don't rely on a messiah coming to rescue you. Be your own rescuer.
Exactly. We have to be our own heroes nowadays, because again, nobody else is going to do it for us. And unfortunately, of course, when we were raised and our parents, do the best they can, of course, they do forget a lot of the life lessons. They do forget to tell us about some of the pains and the suffering that all parents do go through to get to where they're at, and then to be able to successfully raise children. But so I believe that a lot of that message gets lost in translation and just lost in everyday work life, and everything included. But as we grow, here we are adults now, and we have the power of technology at our fingertips, unlike anything we've ever had before. So honestly, there's no excuse for it. It's just like within the recovery care program, we utilize the power of the internet all the time. And oh Lord, it makes things so much easier than it did, say, even 20 years ago. That's just so much.
I'm going to tell you what, if you're going to, believe me, I've been broke. I've been, due to my own, and a lot of it was because of my own goofiness as a young, dumb and stupid. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather be poor in the USA than other parts of the country, of the world.
Amen on that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I definitely agree with that.
Before I forget, Jenna, have you tried pausing your YouTube stream? I don't know if you can do that. Are you on your phone or on your laptop?
I'm on my laptop.
Maybe try pausing the video. I've heard some creators say that before. I didn't know if maybe that would help with the reverb that you get sometimes.
I have tried that and I cannot figure it out. Again, I'm probably echoing now because again, I'm out because my dogs keep wanting to go outside. So I'm outside again and now I'm sure I'm echoing again. I have tried pausing. I have tried shutting down all the other apps and only having StreamYards on. That's what I'm on right now, just StreamYards. I have
It's not
no
good.
other apps open. I have, and I'm computer savvy. You know, I'm usually the girl everybody comes to fix something on their computer. And I don't mind, I love doing that. But I cannot figure this part out, and it's driving me nuts.
You actually sound good right now, so I don't know if you're standing on one foot with your nose. You know,
I don't know if but it only seems to happen when I'm with Carla.
Maybe Carla needs to wear a tinfoil.
Yeah, she's tried it with headphones. She's tried it without headphones. But it seems like when I'm on panel with anybody else, I don't echo off of them. But for some reason, I echo off of Carla. And I've tried telling Carla, I don't think it's me because I've tried everything. But she says, it's not me, but I think it is. I don't know if she has her speakers up too high. I don't know. It might be her speakers. I don't know because it's only when I'm on with Carla and it's so weird. It's me.
Austin James, would you like us to talk about religion?
Oh, I'd rather not talk about religion.
That's why I'm being respectful.
Actually, right.
No,
I'd
but
rather
Donna-
not. But I've been on for almost 4 hours anyways.
Whoa.
And I would love, I think it's the perfect time to end this. And that way I can get some stuff done.
One last thing, though.
Sure.
I am Batman.
Yay, Margie. I hope you were here to hear.
Yeah, Margie was on and on about it, but I hope that helps a little bit. I apologize for not doing it sooner.
True helper.
You
We're gonna have to do it next week when I get my duo recorder.
Yes.
You bunch of naughty, sexy beasts, you. And I really do hope that all of you have a very amazing and blessed day. And just remember, again, like we said earlier, there are so many different there's so many different areas and phone numbers and websites that you can go to for help. And then, of course, we're always around. You know, there's always somebody. Oh, LaDonna hopped off.
Yes, LaDonna hopped off and Margie said, yes, thank you, True. She heard it. But yes, LaDonna, thank you for coming up. And, you know, I've really enjoyed this stream. And True Helper, you are fantastic. You know, you are a wise, wise man. Definitely.
Well, I thank you. And thank you so much for having me. And everybody in chat, I can't express it enough how just good that you make me feel every single day. And this is part of why, even while I'm working, I usually pop an earbud in, and I just sometimes I'll end up sitting back and listening because it's just, you know, it's something that breaks up the norm, and it does help with stress and all that. And I just want to say I thank you. I thank every single one of you. And Miss Jana Moon, I definitely appreciate you having me. Carla, you better not be buying decaf. Damn it. I swear that's a no non-starter, as they say. And much love to everybody.
Much love to you too, True Helper. Thank you for coming up. Bye-bye. And thank you for everybody that came up this morning. Margie Jones, LaDonna, Carla, True Helper, Remy. I think that's everybody that came up on the panel this morning. I thank you guys for all coming in and supporting me. I thank you guys for just being you guys. And I'm really happy that I did this stream this morning. I'm looking forward to next week. Hopefully I will not be fashionably late. Oh, by the way, my husband texted me back and he said, I forgot where I set the phone. He's like, I couldn't find it this morning. He's like, I shut it off, I got up and I brought it out and I couldn't remember where I put it. He said, so I couldn't bring it back in the bedroom. He's like, I am so sorry. I said, yeah, you'll get your lashings when you get home. So it was too funny. But I hope everybody has a fabulous Wednesday. Get out and enjoy the day the best you can. I hope if anybody's working, you guys have a good work day. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, and stay you. Bye, everybody. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you want to hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, it doesn't matter. I appreciate both. Much love to you all. Have a good day. Bye.